you doing? Happy Saturday evening, afternoon for me, but maybe the morning time for a certain somebody that's in, I was gonna say in the studios of United Spurs of America, but how would that make sense if I was saying it's the morning time for him where he lives? So it absolutely does not make sense, but I do have two beautiful guests already in the back. As you know, today is the 3K celebration day. I've got my robe on, I'm feeling like royalty. I will just be saying lots of thank yous to everybody. Obviously the people that I've shot the link out to, or maybe missed a few, but apologies. But hey, if you've helped this journey along the way, holler at me. But big up everybody, how you doing? This is not episode, I usually say welcome in episode yada yada, but this ain't episode yada yada. This is just celebration stream, and we also will be looking at Newcastle a little bit. And then, you know, I'm gonna laugh a little bit, and if you want to know why,
good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
yeah, I was gonna save that for this guy. He supports Arsenal. I was gonna say it, but hey, I couldn't hold it. I just wanted to play it. I thought it was too funny, obviously. But look, I'm gonna bring out the two guests in just 1 second. But big up Spurs GCTV says smash those likes and subscribes. 5K incoming. That'll be a minute. We'll see how long it takes. But with your help, I'm sure we will get there. But big up Spurs GCTV, member for 2 months. But I think you've been a member for longer. You might have just taken a little bit of a hiatus and then got back on the membership. So it's lying on your name. Phil, shoot me a text, bro. You were here when I had 300 subs. I would love to have you on. Phil, shoot me a text because the WhatsApp is real hard to scroll all the way down and find everybody. But yeah, man, you're always welcome. Look, I have sent the link to a bunch of people. We'll see if they join. People will join, probably say hi just a little bit. Some people might call in from certain areas, but I'll tell you this much. I've already got two guests, so I'm not going to take too much longer to bring them in, but I will for just one moment because big up Shikar, my Pro Club's brother, says congratulations on frauding your way to 3K. But on a real, big up, brother. I know I've been a little new, but you're for real the funniest and genuine, and there's many more to come. Big up Shikar. I have enjoyed the Pro Clubs, the late night sessions. We did partake, but thank you so much for this donation to the channel. I think this is the first super chat you ever did, and I think you are a mod as well. So either way, hey man, I appreciate this. I'm humbled by it. Thank you so much for your generosity. Look, I've enjoyed getting to meet all types of people from all over the world. I got two people that are not on this hemisphere that I'm on currently. They are on this funny little thing we call planet Earth. So I'm going to bring them out in just 1 second. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. We've got Paul from Hospital Hippie. Hey.
There you go, man. I wasn't expecting
welcome
that.
Welcome to the studios of United Spurs of America. How you doing?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
You are still here. But
I'll
good
pay
morning.
you the rent by the end of the week. Just get off my case already, you know?
Yeah, we're going to take it out of your paycheck. Speaking of taking it out of your paycheck, maybe taking it, the rug out from under your feet, if you had hopes, she was here to crush them. Mia from Spurs Between the Lines. I don't know why I went with that intro. I don't know when you've ever necessarily pulled the rug from under me, but it just seemed like a segue I went with. That was pretty bad, but
it would be pretty hard. You're much bigger than me, and I'm only tiny, so I don't really know how that would really work.
I probably weigh the same amount as the car you drive, so I don't know how we would get that done either. But Mia, big up. How are you doing on this Saturday evening for you? I know you are a little under the weather, so we won't have Mia all evening. So if you got anything you want to say to Mia, go ahead and say it now.
Or forever hold your peace.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, or forever hold your peace. Speak now, yes. Or forever hold your peace.
Because you ain't going to have Mia forever. So while she is here, let's ask her. Look, Newcastle, mañana. Earlier this week, we had not a great experience versus West Ham, wet splam, whatever you want to call them. What do you think? Newcastle, is it doable? Can we live on a prayer, so to speak? Shout out Bon Jovi or Aerosmith? I'm not sure.
Bon Jovi. I don't know. It's a really tough one to call, this one, because they're not that away from home. They haven't got as good a form as when they're at home. At home, they're absolutely a monster. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really figure out what the score's going to be. I never predict a loss, so I'm going to say a draw at worst.
Okay. I like it. A draw at worst. I can definitely get down with that. Speaking of get down, he's not here to giddy up. He's here to get down with United Spurs of America. I got two guests that just popped up, so I will, just in the order that they appeared, and also by the size of their hat, I will introduce them. We have Ben Kaufman from the KUVA company. Howdy. How do you do? How do you do?
Thank you, Carly.
Howdy,
Welcome
partner.
in.
Howdy. How is everyone doing? Immaculate vibes to you all. Immaculate vibes.
Why is Eeyore wearing a hat, a cowboy hat? Eeyores don't wear cowboy hats. What's this about?
Clearly they do, Tigger. Clearly they do.
Brilliant, Ben. That is fantastic.
I love that hat.
Super cool. Really.
The fact he's got way more of a cowboy hat on than I have right now. The hat that I have on is a little bit of a homage to the next guest that I'm going to bring on. I feel like people out where he lives, they wear these kind of caps because it's always cold. The wind's soaring through all them big buildings they got over there. But we're going to keep it local as far as the hemisphere is concerned. We've got Staffy TV. What's up, Staffy?
Well, the hat says GOAT, you know, because I declared myself the GOAT. I'm just kidding, by the way. That's not who I am. You know, I just want, this is the relationship me and Jacob have, you know. He disses me, I diss him, I big up myself, he bigs up himself. We're both not really so much humble human beings when it comes to talking to each other. But listen, I only asked for the link for one thing. I wanted to congratulate Jacob for 3K. Great achievement.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, you've been a part of it as well.
Yes,
absolutely. I know we've only begun our friendship, Staffy, and our working relationship as well. But hey, again, wouldn't have been here if you didn't help expose me to certain people, certain audiences, and so you were definitely a part of that. And that's look, that's love, that's family. That's why I thought I already sent you the link. You text me, can I get the link? I was like, bro, I thought I put it in American Waffle if I was honest, but apologies for that.
I mean, you even
look, man, I appreciate it.
You should have sent it to Staffy before.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, because I just ended my stream, and as soon as I ended, I saw that you had a video. I just now looked at your message saying that you sent the link for the 3K. I didn't even know, bro. See, great minds think alike. But anyways, the reason I'm
Same
here.
wavelength and everything.
Seldom differ.
Yeah, you just said, what did you just say? You said I put you out there. Listen, I tried to expose you for the fraud that you are, but unfortunately it backfired. You know, I was trying to put this guy on channels to show that he's a fraud.
You know,
but
they liked it. Yeah.
You know, I threw him in the water, but he ended up swimming. He didn't sink. But listen, you deserve the 3K for your hard work. Very underrated channel, I'll tell you that. You know, and I keep saying this guy probably has the best intro on YouTube. I just tune in to listen to his intro, low-key dance a little bit on my seat. Then once he starts speaking, that's when I leave. But
he leaves because I speak the truth. Oftentimes, people get a little squirrely in their seats when they hear the truth in which I have to bring. And honestly, speaking of truth, look, you're here, so it's a perfect time to ask, how are you doing? You okay? A little 3-0, 4-0. I know you said 4-0 there on your watch long versus them cherries. First and foremost, are you allergic to cherries in general, or is it just a matter of when the cherries fall upon your stadium, the roof already is kind of caving in? So
I came here to congratulate you, and you're mentioning all the trauma that I had from today. That just shows who I am.
My first question was, are you all right?
I am all right, because as I keep saying, alhamdulillah, my team keeps picking up L's, but you know, I pick up dubs and W's only. But since you want my thought on the game, thoughts on
you had record numbers. You were absolutely that. I like that. See, my thing is, we point out fraudulence and we point out authenticity. At least I'm starting to, hey, I'm going to start calling things when they're authentic. It is authentic. Your team has been taking L's, but I saw very good numbers on the channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to Staffy TV. Make sure you are. I will be adding the links to everybody that joins in the description, so you'll be able to find it in about 45 to 60 business seconds. But yeah, real quick, it was slightly pertinent. If there is another fraudulent member that does show up, I got some questions to ask him as well about his club. He knows who he is. No need to name names, but he's a fraud. We all know him.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. But speaking of frauds,
exactly
my
who I'm
manager
talking-
is a fraud.
he has the answer for his crimes as well.
Of course, he was on my watch along today. Sinking in his chair as his team lost 1-0 to Villa. But listen, speaking of frauds, my manager is a fraud. And since you asked me about the cherries, I said this on my watch along today. Maybe that's why I got some good views. I said a cherry stem can hold 2 cherries at a time, but my manager held 4 today. And yes, I understand we lost 3-0, but I'm counting that goal. That handball goal was ruled out on a technicality. Today, he coached a 4-0 loss. This guy's clueless. We're about to go into so far our biggest 2 games of the season. Bayern at home with a hope to win and qualify into the next round. For God knows why do we even want to qualify if this is the type of football that we're playing against Bournemouth. Imagine we're playing Madrid and them in the next round of the Champions League. And then we're going to Anfield. I said this would be a good preparation for Anfield. Got to get a good win before we go there. Little did I know when I said prepare for Anfield, they took it quite literally and got smashed. We lost 7-0 last time. God knows what's going to happen this time. Absolute disgraceful performance. And everyone who still thinks they should be Ten Hag in, I said it's like you saw your girlfriend cheat on you and you still want to give her excuses. You're just denying the reality, the truth. The truth is the guy's not good enough.
She didn't go on the dance floor with him. She slipped and fell on the dance floor, and it just happened to be in rhythm to the beat.
No, he's my best friend. No, I saw your
coworker.
I caught the
Yeah,
text.
we know the
I
truth.
saw you. You're cheating. You're lying. That's it. Stop lying about it. And that's what's going on with this manager right now. But listen, Jacob.
Man
this
United is in trouble that Jack Hargreaves can even fix Man United at this moment in time.
Who?
Hey, he's more about me, man.
Who's Jack Hargreaves?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
You don't know. You don't know. Oh, you don't know.
So, Steffi, Assalamu alaikum, by the way, brother.
Walaikum
I
salam.
heard a magic word there. So, I mean,
Walaikum salam.
here we go, man. So, it looks like Man United have had not dissimilar problems to Spurs in recent years, where it seems like players don't perform for managers, then the manager gets sacked. So, are you putting blame on the players, or do you just think that Ten Hag? When I look at Tottenham now, we've got Angin, and he straight away seemed to correct the stinky attitude of a lot of players and dismantled the leadership group. Do you think just Ten Hag hasn't got the balls to do that, and there's someone else that can do it, or do you reckon the players have got to go as well?
Okay, so I do believe both things that you said are correct in a way that is okay. So the players are to blame, of course. The manager's to blame, of course. Can both of them be at fault? Yes. That's why I'm not. When I say Ten Hag out, it's not because I'm defending most of these players. Most of these players are not good enough. The thing is, to me, why I'm calling out the manager more now. By the way, the minute the manager leaves, I'm calling out some of the players as well. It's just like I'm going by hierarchy. The manager goes first, in my opinion. The reason I'm going with the manager first is that 18-month in, still no good football being played, still no style of play, still no identity. Shaky results. Listen, when you get results, people sweep it under the carpet and they forget. And I said after we beat Chelsea, it was a good on the day, best football we played all season. But it is the same tactics that he used in other games that we didn't win. He didn't actually tweak anything, other than the press being just slightly different. Today, when the energy didn't match, the midfield got left exposed again. We lost the game. McTominay still being in this team. Who's picking McTominay? McTominay's not good enough. But who keeps picking him? The manager. The manager's a coward. He came in. He's cheating his way. Griggs said it perfectly. Big up Griggs. He said it perfectly on my show earlier. He's trying to cheat his way into results. That being said, how is he cheating his way? He knows that he couldn't get them to play the style of football that he wants to play. And now he's just using McTominay because he saw him score a few goals by playing in that position where he crashes into the box and gets a few tap-ins, a few headers. And he's like, let me run with it as long as it's going to be results. At the end of the day, it's not sustainable. Sustainability is having a style of play. Sustainability is doing what you believe is the correct way to play football. When you first came in, this is not the way you wanted to play football. But you got a couple results because of a certain player playing a certain way, and you just dropped everything that you want to do. Once again, this is not the first time he drops his beliefs and his philosophy to do something. He did the same thing last season. When he couldn't play football out the back, he went and got Casemiro and became a little bit solid in the back instead of conceding so many chances. And he played his style in glimpses, but not from the back. You know, that first phase of play of build up wasn't there. And then he tried to do it this season, and it's not working. And now he's relying on moments of brilliance from McTominay. The manager's a coward. He can't stick by what he wants to do. The players that he signed are not playing good. Granted, listen, Mount got injured, and that was my first red flag when he wanted to sign Mount, because I do not rate this guy. The guys that he signed are not playing good. The guys that he kept and put on contracts, like Rashford as an example, gave him 400K. He kept him. He's not scoring goals this season. Gave Bruno the captaincy. Bruno today got a yellow card on purpose. By the way, what an absolute coward. He knows he's going to Anfield next week, and then he got himself a yellow today. Silly yellow at the end of the game. Arguing with the ref or whatever. I forgot what happened. And he got himself a yellow on purpose. Now he's not going to Anfield next week. That's supposed to be my captain, by the way. If you don't trust me, how do you go to war with me? I'm sorry.
He was lucky not to get a red, because really he should have got a second yellow. When I was watching it, I thought he should have got a second yellow. But do you know what I will say to Staffy is, aren't you just dancing the same dance with Man United? Because you get managers in, they get some players, they don't end up playing, they end up down in tools basically. The manager gets sacked. It's like you have this cycle of like continuously doing the same thing, and like something needs to obviously stop. Do you think if Ange would have come into Man U that he could have done better?
No.
Man United.
He would have played better football on the day.
Had the perfect guy to fix their football club, but they made him a manager instead of a director of football, and that was Ralph Rangnick.
No, he was supposed to be the director of football, and they got rid of him. Don't get it twisted. They got rid of him.
That man, as a director of football, has transformed at least 3 football clubs, and only Manchester United. There are only 2 clubs that could have got this wrong: Tottenham and Man United. There are only 2 clubs that could see, all right, we're going to get the best director of football in the world, and then we're going to make him a manager, because that's not what he's been doing for the last 6 years.
No, but here's the thing: he was an interim manager till the end of the season, and then that's when he would have started his job as a director. No, but here's the thing: he was just that because they got rid of the manager. He was basically going to hire the next manager, but because he outed the club on a few things, and he said it's open heart surgery and all that, he had the likes of Rio Ferdinand and Gary Neville saying he shouldn't be out in the club like that. Still have respect, bro. No one has respect to your club when you're losing week in, week out. So when one guy comes out and calls the club, you shouldn't be sitting there crying, saying, "Oh, he should still have respect," and not say that out loud. It's like they don't just want to hear the truth. That's the thing. That's the issue with it. They didn't want to hear the truth. And look at us now, 2 years later almost, and we're still in this shithole that we're still in. And to your point, I'm sorry, I don't know who the person that I just spoke to. Mia? With the camera off. Mia. Okay, I'm
Mia.
sorry. Man, I don't see a name or anything, so I didn't know what to say.
No, yeah, that's Mia with Spurs between the lines. Hassam knows her because she's Hassam's worst enemy.
Hassam, listen, a lot of people hate Hassam. Spurs fans don't like them, and I don't blame them.
I love me some Hassam.
But just to answer her point, I do agree with you. We're stuck in this cycle, but here's the thing for me. It doesn't mean that you stop trying. I used this analogy before. I was like, it's like you got in a relationship a few times with separate people, and they didn't end up being good partners, and you didn't stay with them in a relationship. It doesn't mean you stay single forever. You still go out and you meet other people, and you hope to meet the perfect match. And that's the same thing I'm looking at with managers. Not because we failed before means that we don't try again. However, though, my thing is I wanted the manager out. But I want this new regime when what's his name, Sir Jim comes in and he brings in his what's called director of football and his footballing people, whatever, for them to have the right to get the new manager. So me saying sack the manager doesn't mean hire a new permanent manager right away. I'd rather get a caretaker manager to the end of the season, because the season's a write-off. Let's be very honest. Come Wednesday when we're out of the Champions League, or Tuesday I think we play, when we're out of the Champions League, the season is over. We're not in the League Cup. We're not in the Champions League. Hopefully, we're not in the Europa League. I don't want to be in that competition anymore. I'd rather play one game a week, because this football is so horrendous. I don't want to watch it twice. I'd rather watch it once. You know, one time is already painful. Imagine 2. And you get a caretaker until Sir Jim comes in. He hires his footballing people, and he starts taking over the footballing decisions from the Glazers. And then he gets to decide, okay, this is the direction we're moving in. Let's start hiring people based on that. I don't want the Glazers regime to sign any more players or to hire any more managers until the new regime comes in. And I think it's not the best situation in the world, but it is a change. I don't think it's going to be successful. I can't guarantee anything, but it is the only change that we could get at this point.
Well, what I can guarantee, big up Ozan Kabak says, Yakub, massive congrats on the 3.2 subs, 4K soon. Big up Ozan, appreciate that super chat, my friend. I do see you. Thank you so much. I am still scrolling through the comment. Just want to make sure I do give you a little wave if you did, like Patty Hartnett here saying, evening folks, well done on the 3K, my friend. Also, well done to Paul on the 200,000 views. Ben. You've just made me spit out my tea laughing at that hat. So funny. Also, a bunch of people were applauding you, Paul. He had a club legend, Staffy, and Steve Perriman on his show earlier today. So make sure you head over to the Hotspur Hippie and check that out and give it a like and subscribe. I have put Paul, Mia, Ben, Staffy. I put all their channels in the description of this video, so you can find it there. Make sure you are hitting a like on the video. Make sure you are getting your voice heard in the poll as well. But Ben, I do know you have to go, so there's a couple things I want you to talk about before you do say goodbye. One,
Jacob, I actually have to go too, but sorry to interrupt. I actually have to go too because I've been on this chair since 10 a.m. Basically, the United watch along until now. I need to go eat something. But listen, once again, big up on 3K. Big up to everyone on the panel.
Appreciate that.
Nice to meet you all. Everyone in the chat, listen. Everyone in the chat right now, make sure you congratulate Jacob. Give him a like. Give him a subscription. You know what? Give him a nice super chat. Just just pretend it's his birthday. You know, when it's someone's birthday, you just send him a little gift. You know, today he's celebrating 3K, so don't be cheap. You know, send him a little super chat right there, so he can, maybe invest in his equipment and continue to give you guys this amazing content that he does. Jacob, thank you again for having me, bro. Congrats, bro. I'll definitely see you on a show tomorrow, Monday, something. We're gonna cross paths again. And once again, guys, big up everyone on the panel. I'm out.
Big up, Staffy. Make sure you do go give a like and subscribe to Staffy TV. Look, Ben, as one leaves, one enters. Hello, Dermatron.
Congratulations.
Hey, Dermot.
Welcome back.
This guy. Not this guy.
Ben has to go. Ben has to go. So Dermot, I will come to you next. But Ben, he had to go about 10 minutes ago, and we just got a whole lot of Manchester United talk. So I do want to give Ben a second, real quick. First of all, hey, howdy. And then second, how are you feeling about Spurs? How are you feeling about Newcastle? And what's your first memory with me or United Spurs of America?
Oh,
because we go way back. We go since the channel was like in the hundreds.
Yeah, in its infancy, really. How I feel about Spurs at the moment is it's simple. We won't get anywhere until we get this ownership out. We won't get anywhere. This ownership has gone too far. We've been saying it for ages and ages and ages. I said this in the summer, and Mia gave me a great nickname, Eeyore, because I said in the summer, Tottenham in November would struggle. I said it. The squad is not deep enough. We haven't got enough players to get through the Christmas period. And I've been proven right. I hate being right. But I seem to get it right. Whenever I'm getting this Eeyore mode, and Mia knows me as Eeyore mode because every Thursday she has to spend an hour with me, poor Mia. I got it right. We had too many injuries. Ange's method of training is intensity, because when he wants it, he wants us to play like he plays in the first 40 minutes of a game, the entire game. He wants those players fit. He wants them to be playing good football, entertaining the entire game. And that comes with injuries. It comes with problems when you're new to it and you've had 5 years of playing defensive football and unfit footballers. So Ange is going to struggle, not because of Ange. We need to back this manager more than any other manager that's managed this club since Keith Birkinshaw even. That's how much I believe in this manager. That's how much I believe in him. He's a wonderful football manager that does what he can wherever he goes. But this fraud of an owner, and I will call him a fraud of an owner, has 23 years to get it right and build a proper structure so a manager comes in and succeeds immediately. But Ange is having to rip up 5 years of changing directors of football. This one, that one. We have Paratici, who's a defensive one. Oh, we're going to get this one now, and we're going to get this one, and in 5 minutes they're going to go. We are in an utter mess. We are in a total mess of a football club, and this guy is a cure for it. But you have to give him time you have to give him money, and you have to let him be giving him the keys to the kingdom. You've got
much like some antibiotics. You need to give him time to
Need to
work
give him time
his
to
way
work.
through the bloodstream of this club and revitalize. I do agree with you, Ben. We are in a shambles, but I guess why I don't exhibit or exude those same type of vibes as far as like we are a shambles is because we know this. It's like, you know,
Of course, but
we know there's a hole in the house because a damn bulldozer came through it.
But in terms of Newcastle, it's a 50-50. Newcastle are a team that's utterly destroyed with injuries as well. Again, because they've got a brand new manager as well that plays a similar style of football. High intensity, good attacking football. And he's taken over the last manager before Eddie Howe was Steve Bruce. And before then, he's had Rafael Benitez and loads of defensive managers. He's having to rebuild a style of football that's not played good football since the 90s during the entertainers period of Newcastle. It's a 50-50. If Tottenham can finish their dinner, we will batter most sides in the first 40 minutes because we create
Look what Villa. We could have been up 4 as well versus Villa. We could have been up.
Villa, we should have been outside in the first 40 minutes, but we can't.
Ainge did not set us up to not score, is what I would say. Real quick, Ben. I want to know just your Newcastle predictions. I do know you got to go, and I want to run through these super chats. They started flying in, so I do want to make sure I give a second, but I do know you have to go. So, real quick, Newcastle, Ben.
Yeah.
What do you think for you? And you could, again, I'm not trying to rush you out the door. You can stay as long as you want after this question, but
there's someone I got to run to who's trying to steal my cowboy hat. She knows who she is. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's a 2-2 draw. I'm gonna say it's a 2-2 draw. And the first part of my first memory of Jacob on the United Spurs in America, I can't actually remember the first time we met Jacob, but I will give you my favourite moment with Jacob, and it's when Jacob woke up at 6 a.m. to come on my show, and we made pancakes and coffee together, and it was a wonderful hour. We had pancakes, we had good times, and it was a lot of fun. So that's my
show you how we get down out here in Texas on them pancakes. Big up, Ben. Make sure you are subscribed to the Coffee Company as well. Does daily, weekly streams over there at the Coffee Company. You can find it in the description of this video. But big up, Ben. I do appreciate you coming on. I can't remember the first time. I just know it was like when I first started the YouTube world at some point. There goes Mia. No, there she's back. Big up, Mia. So big up. Mia, I'm going to ask you the same thing. But I want to run through some of these super chats real quick.
I'll text you, brother. I'll text you.
Big up, Ben.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
Bye.
Take care, my friend. Big up Winter Surfer says, I'm checking in if the 3K is as real as you are a fraud. Only joking. Well done on this achievement. I know how hard you work. The road to 4K is on, you fraud. Big up Winter Surfer, a.k.a. Linter Lurfer, a.k.a. Mikhailo Surfer, or you could call him Winter Mudrik. He moves in the same manner as that player.
Do you know something a bit funny? I've actually met Winter Surfer.
He is a lovely guy underneath it all, but you do got to scratch. You do got to scratch fairly deep to get into the nitty gritty of his, because he is a fraud. Let's have it right. Winter Surfer, Linter Lurfer, as I like to call him. That's the most easy one. Because there's no W's for him. He doesn't see, at least not this weekend. He's a Chelsea fan, for those of you who don't know. But big up, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. You absolute fraudulent, but you're also a good dude. Only a little bit. But big up Chris Peters, YouTube chat member, longtime YouTube chat member as well. Also hitting us with a super chat, says, congrats, Jacob. Always believed in you. Great content and chilled vibes. Big up Chris Peters. Appreciate your donation. Again, y'all don't have to hit the super chats. As much as I do appreciate it, is very much welcome. I thank you so much. It is not necessary. Make sure you're hitting a like. Make sure you're hitting a subscribe. That's free. You don't have to spend any money. It's the holiday season. Make sure your family's taken care of first and foremost. That's what I would say. Big up Mick Dundee as well. Says, congrats on 3K. Your eventful vid the other night got me a YouTube strike. Come on, you Spurs. I don't know what that means, Mick Dundee, as far as the YouTube strike, but thank you so much for the congratulations, and thank you as well for, I believe, maybe this is like the first or second super chat from Mick Dundee. Down under. Makes me think of Crocodile Dundee, so big up. Mile High Hotspur as well. Leo, I texted you the link, my friend. You are welcome to come on as well. You were here. I think you were here when we did like the, hey, we just hit 300 subs stream. So that was kind of fun as well. Big up Leo with Mile High Hotspur. There is, I think he's the most elevated podcast about Tottenham Hotspur there is in the world, maybe, unless there's one somewhere else. But big up USFA. Much love. Congrats on 3K. Thank you so much, Leo. I do appreciate that. And David with the big dono tonight. Big up, David. How you doing? Thank you so much. Says, congratulations, Jacob, the second biggest Sunny supporter after me. Been watching your shows since the beginning and always loved your passion and vibes. Fully deserved, brother. Hey, big ups. Thank you so much, David. You're absolutely blessing me and my family with this large donation, my friend. So thank you, first and foremost. You're also always here hitting a like, helping me defend our captain, our club captain, and Hyungmin's son. Don't worry, he is still here. I keep him right here next to me. You already know. I never ride solo around here, but big up, David. Thank you so much. I believe the Korean correspondent out there for the We Are Tottenham TV Korean channel. So big up, David. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for the donation. It's very much appreciated. Mia. Oh, well, before I ask you your parting questions as well, Mia, got another super chat here from Patty Hartnett. Big up, Patty Hartnett, my friend. Says, Jacob, buy the dog a treat and your legend of a son some ice cream. Up the cranberries. Hey, up the cranberries every single time. Zombie. I'm not going to butcher the song live on air, but big shout out to my Irish brethren, Patty Hartnett. Real quick, Mia, if you do have 30 seconds, I want to say hi, Dermot, first and foremost. How you doing? I know you just came on and I was just like bang, bang, bang. And then hang on, Dermot. But hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Has anyone seen Arsenal tonight? Has anyone seen Arteta? Has anyone seen the Arsenal team? They're all bottling it because they lost tonight. Big up, Jacob, and congrats on reaching 3K. Richly deserved, man. Richly deserved.
I do appreciate that. I'll make sure I get your channel as well added into the description ASAP. But getting things added ASAP while we're on the turn. Mia, I know I got your parting question. I am about to give you it in 1 second. But before I do that, look, we got Sean from Spurs Talk Show.
Oh, look at him.
What's up, buddy?
Shawnee.
You all right, Sean?
Hello.
What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to come in and say congratulations and well deserved, and say hi to everybody and all that jazz. What's cracking? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Hotspur Hippie, to Mia, to Dermatron, the Tron. How you guys doing?
I just love your chair, Sean. I'm in love with your chair.
So you're the only person. I was wondering who.
No, I think it's brilliant.
I loved it too. Since the moment I laid eyes on it, Sean.
That's it. I was like, since I seen it, Sean, I was like, I didn't see you, Sean. I just see the chair.
Yeah, the
I
chair.
think that's probably a good thing to focus more on the chair, to be honest.
Here we go.
You know, Mia's been trying to leave for the past 15 minutes, and I'm like, hang on, I have a question for you before you go.
Mia doesn't really want to go, Jacob.
I don't think she does. I think she wants to stay and party.
I need to get some sleep. I've not slept the last few days, but I've not been well, so I need to get some sleep, really.
Mia, we don't want to...
It's my son's birthday in half an hour, technically. It's my Alex's birthday.
Well, cool. Well, then we could keep you awake, and at midnight you can go there with pots and pans, clanking them, saying happy birthday, wake them up at midnight. That'd be a beautiful time. Family memories for a lifetime,
I'm sure
you know?
the teenager would love that.
Oh, he'll fucking hate it, but who cares? Whenever I didn't want to wake up on the weekends, my mom or my stepdad would come in banging pots and pans. It's time to wake up, just clank, clank, clank. And I mean, you can't ignore it. I'll put it that way.
Do you know what, though? To be fair, they both get up quite early for teenagers. They're not like lazy, but I don't think waking him up in the middle of the night is probably a good idea because he'd probably go a bit crazy.
Well, Mia, we are going to let you go. But before I do that, look, we got another beautiful guest who popped up. She doesn't have her camera on, but she's here. Queen Ellie Hoybier.
Yes.
You may know her. You may love her.
Do you know why? Because I can't be bothered to put my slap on.
Well, big up, Ellie. Before we say hello and welcome you into the show as well as Sean, Mia, you got to go. So 2 questions. How do you feel about Newcastle coming up? And then second, do you have a first memory or a fond memory with myself or the channel? Maybe it's waking up at 6 a.m. and to find me screaming online with other people, and you're like, "Hey, y'all need to calm down." That's one of my. You joined the stream, and then you were like, "All of y'all need to calm down," because it was 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning for you, and we were yelling and screaming. That's.
Yeah, I remember that the first time I ever joined your pop up with Jacob, and you was all being really loud, and I was just like, I've not even had coffee yet, and you're being really, really loud.
So everybody has to kind of get to the beat of your drum, do they, Mia? Is that how it works? Everyone's got to calm down because you haven't had a coffee in the morning. Is that the rules of the game?
Well, it was like 6 o'clock, and I was like, "You're being a bit loud, and my kids are in bed right now. I've just got up. Stop shouting at me. If you want to say something to me, just say it. You don't need to shout. We don't need to use our loud voices indoors. You know what I'm saying? You can be a little calm."
I think it's a little bit selfish, if I'm honest.
I don't give a damn what you think, mate.
You know what, Sean? She was just coming in from a nightclub then. That was the problem, right? And Jacob was too loud.
Jacob. I don't think I could do nightclubbing anymore. I used to stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm too old for that business. I want to go to bed, man.
You're never too old, Mia. You're never too old.
I am. Way too old
for a nightclub.
Yeah, way too old for nightclubs.
Sorry, Mia.
That's true.
Go past 40, innit?
I'm only just past 40, thanks, Ellie, but yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, you are past 40.
You not talk to yourself. I'm 47 in February, and I still feel like a 21-year-old.
Come
Pardon?
on.
But anyway.
You're not going to no nightclub.
I would still go to a nightclub. I'm 47, wouldn't stop me from going. I feel like a 21-year-old.
I don't think I've been to a nightclub since. I think last time I went to a nightclub was in Melbourne in like 2016 or 15 or something. So long time ago.
Well,
the last nightclub I've been to, I was thinking it was like 11 or 12 years ago, something like that. You will not catch me in a nightclub unless they're paying me to be there.
I think it's also a cultural thing, though, isn't it? Like, I think generally speaking, like the world has moved past nightclubs a little bit.
Yeah.
Back in like early 2000s, it was the thing. You'd see 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds going to nightclubs, but these days, I don't think the 20-year-olds go to nightclubs these days. Does it still happen? Do people go dancing?
TikTok nightclubs, I guess, virtual maybe.
Yeah.
Mia, do you want to stay? Or do you want to answer the questions and then say goodnight?
I already said about Newcastle that I think it's going to be a draw, to be honest with you. I can't really predict. I don't know what way it's going to go, but I don't ever want to predict a loss. So I'm going to say a draw. Okay. And Joe, one of the other things I remember is not long after I was listening to you and on my phone, and that's when I told you about your voice. I think I was one of the first people to say how relaxing your voice was, because my Jakey said it. He went, "This guy's voice is so chill, Mum. It's so relaxing." I remember him telling you that.
Voice for radio, a face for one too.
Face for one time. I knew we were going there, Sean. Thank you very much for that. Mia, I appreciate you joining in. Make sure you are subscribed to Spurs Between the Lines. Go check out Mia and her great content over there.
Congratulations on the free cake. I haven't actually said it yet, so congratulations. You worked really hard to get there, Jacob. I know that obviously you at one point you weren't, you was thinking about what you're going to sort of do with the show, but you come for it, and you are consistency that you will. Obviously people like listening to you because you're just a chill, you bring the immaculate vibes. So yeah, you got there, man. It's really good.
Only can control what I can control, and that's just kind of how I live. But hey, Mia, thank you so much. I got some super chats rolling in I want to make sure I get to, and I got another guest in the back as well who wants to come say hello. Mia, again, you don't have to leave. You're always welcome. If you lay down, you find yourself you can't sleep, you say, "I just want to party a little bit more." You always have the link. You're always welcome.
Just quietly.
To come back, so.
I want to party just quietly of low decibel conversation.
Well, my children are in bed, Sean. It's late. Maybe some of us, don't have to worry about them type of things, but I don't really wake the kids up.
Yeah, some of us don't have those concerns for sure. Yeah, I got worry about Bugsy. Waking Bugsy up. That's about the biggest concern in my life.
That's what I'm saying. So, there you go.
Big up,
you wait till you get to be stepdad taxi, which I am tonight, and wait to pick my young lad up at God knows what time, and about half an hour away from me. So yeah, I'm taxi service tonight. So. You haven't got that, so that's a nightmare job.
Whenever I call you, you're at the dump.
Speaking of Speaking of things that we do got, we got
Well,
Kate
yeah.
from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs hitting us
I
with a
was
super
today.
chat as well. Says congrats, congrats Havin, and big up all, big up Kate. Thank you so much for the dono. Appreciate you being here around the channel. Bobby K as well hitting us with a super chat. Bobby K says congrats on 3K. Hello everyone. Sorry I'm screaming at the kids. I mean coaching. So sorry I can't join Jacob, but well done. Big up Bobby K with 3 Spurs boys every single time. You, KUVA, and the boys over there. Big up. Appreciate what y'all are doing. And Dermot hitting us with a super sticker as well. Let me see what that sticker is. It is a fox with a paintbrush, and he says, "Nice one." It's kind of small. I can't see it, but it says something one.
It should say number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Big. Hey, thank you for that. And as a friendly reminder, we are America's number 1 Tottenham Hotspur fan channel, and that is thanks to viewers like all of y'all who have subscribed to the channel. But speaking of people, wow, they're filling in thick and fast. And when I say thick, I mean, oh yeah, baby, like gravy on taters. I got 3 people. It was just 1, but while I was saying thank you so much to everyone for these the other super chats that rolled in, there was 3 super chats that rolled in, and now 3 more guests I want to bring on. We've got Phil Coys. Hello, Phil. And we've got Leo from Mile High Hotspur. Big up, Leo. And we've got KUVA.
Hey.
Look at this. Look at this.
We've got the crew in now, haven't we?
Twice
Yes,
one
we
week,
do.
Goof.
Well, first of all, let me say hello in the order in which y'all appeared. Phil, how you doing? How was your
all
Saturday?
Good. All good, Jacob. Big up to everyone on the panel. Paul, Sean, Dermot, Leo, KUVA, and Ellie, and Mia that just went. Congrats on the 3K, Jacob. And the fondest memories on your channel, mate, is you backing Romero every single effing time.
Man.
Yo.
Romero.
I will always back Romero. Y'all know that. Don't make me start whipping out the photos because you know that's a long list. If we want to roll through some of these photos, it's a very long list. I keep them near and dear. Got them on the bedside table. But big up, Phil. Thank you so much for joining. Leo, my man, how you doing? My American brethren, first and foremost.
Big up.
Welcome in.
Yo, so I don't have my headphones in, so I'm gonna mute it every time I'm not talking so that there's no echo. But first of all, Jacob, I want to say I am super proud of you, my homie. Like you said so just before, the #1 Spurs channel in America, and that's awesome, homie. Keep it up, bro. The sky's the limit.
I appreciate that. And look, another person who's been here since the wee infant stages of the show. So big up, Leo. Thank you so much for that. I'm trying to make sure I add all y'all's channels to the description as well. I'm working on that, so stand by with me. But speaking of stand by with me, never too far from the channel, always near and dear. KUVA, first of all, good morning, sunshine. I hope you had a beautiful nap. And then secondly, how you doing?
I needed a power nap before heading to the nightclub. Dermot's convinced me. As soon as he said he feels like a 21-year-old, I thought, yeah, I feel like one of those too.
KUVA, you and me, I've been on speakerphone when I've been driving around Gory, and some of the conversations we've had have been sort of legendary, haven't they, really?
Absolutely. Yeah. You don't need to follow football to follow our conversations, that's for sure. Anyway,
definitely.
yeah,
We've had some great conversations.
Had to join in tonight. A well-deserved 3K for you, buddy. You've really been putting yourself around the channels, getting a lot of exposure for your own channel, and it's been fun. It's been fun. What I've really liked over the course of time is when things have gone bad for the team, and they've gone pretty bad quite often. We just come on and we just vibe out, basically. Just put a sort of positive sort of outlook on things, and just have a bit of fun with things. I remember those little clubs we had, the Romero Club last season. It was a pretty small club at the time.
It was small. It was pretty sad. It was pretty dark. I'm not going to lie. And guess what? The club did get a little thin after that red card, but we move. I'm not going to dwell on that.
Can I just quickly ask a quick question? It's really important.
Absolutely, Sean.
It's aimed at Phil. Are you drinking a glass of milk at 10 to midnight?
No, mate. No, mate, I'm on the Baileys.
Okay. Real quick, I do want to say big up to This Is Football, Hassam with the raid, and everyone who came on over from there. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great evening. Welcome on into United Spurs, a little 3K celebration stream, as well as previewing Newcastle, because look, what would this channel be without some football chatter and some football laughs? So I do want to work around the panel and just kind of get general ideas and thoughts, and obviously this will be an open conversation, so if at any point you want to interrupt and talk about it. But Sean, I'm going to ask you first, are you going to the game tomorrow? And secondly, what's your general mood walking into it? Because you were at the last couple atrocities, so you've witnessed it firsthand. You've felt the vibe. What do you feel like the vibe's going to be going into tomorrow?
Every game this season, apart from the first 3 away games. I didn't get to go to Bournemouth. I didn't get to go to Burnley. But I've been to most of the other ones. And yeah, like the vibe is difficult to predict at the moment. Like, I don't know what Tottenham are going to turn up. Like, I think that there's this massive like misalignment of fact. I hear it all the time that because a team has lots of possession, that they played well, or that they deserve to win because they dominated. I just don't think that's true. I think that West Ham, I don't think we played very well against West Ham. I think we got the first goal and then we just kind of like took our foot off the gas, had no penetration. I think we played really well against Villa. I thought we did really well against City. I thought we were poor against Wolves, really bad against Wolves. You know, I just don't really know what vibe of Tottenham is going to turn up. I worry a little bit that there's a template that's emerging of how to play against Tottenham when we're at the stadium, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is to park the bus and break. And I think that West Ham, I said that David Moyes had a masterclass incoming before the game, and he did. You know, and I feel like Unai Emery did, you know, put on a great tactic as well. If you're very consistent with the philosophy like we are, then you need to have a little bit of flexibility within the tactics within that framework. And I'm not entirely sure if Postecoglou is getting his substitutions right at the moment. I think we've got a little bit of a confidence issue in how to figure out how to break teams down that are stubborn. And against Newcastle, there's another manager in Eddie Howe that is a tactical genius. And I think he will set them up very well. I don't know how it's going to go. I think that Tottenham will score first. I think we'll have lots of possession. But again, I think they've got a team that are brilliantly defensively and have a lot of pace on the break. And I think that Tottenham could get undone a couple of times. And if you go 2-1 down to Newcastle, it will be a similar, very, very frustrating second half. So if Tottenham go 1-0 up, and I expect them to, then you have to get a second goal. If we don't get the second goal, I think that we'll come away very frustrated. And like I say, I don't know what version of Tottenham are going to turn up, and having lots of possession doesn't mean that you play well necessarily. So yeah, but looking forward to it. It's always a good game. You know, this time last year, Newcastle were the masters of time wasting. I think there was the record lowest amount of ball time in play. I'm hoping that's, you know, I've sort of factored in that the game might have 45 minutes of injury time tomorrow because they're now keeping an eye on all the time wasting. So I might not get home until about 4 o'clock on Tuesday morning. But you know, it's going to be a good game. I'm excited. I always go in excited. Sorry, I'm rambling here. I always go in excited, but I do think this one is going to be very, very difficult. But I think the one thing I would say is Newcastle probably got one eye on the Champions League midweek because they've got to get a result there. So I think Tottenham will win, but I wouldn't be surprised to see any particular result. But both teams are going to score tomorrow for sure. So if you are a betting man, you know, that's what I would be putting your money on.
Not a clean sheet then. Well, I can get behind that. Look, a big shout out to everyone in the chat. I want to make sure I get to this from Wayne Bonner, member for 6 months, longtime member, longtime supporter of the channel. Big up Wayne Bonner. I think my first memory with Wayne Bonner, you were in a chat and I made a joke that if you take one N out of your last name, it might be a little bit more fun. But that's neither here nor there. So big up Wayne Bonner every single time. Always good to see you here. Longtime supporter of all the YouTube channels. So always appreciate you being here, my friend. And thank you for being a member for 6 months. Look, as this channel grows, I am trying to find a way to thank the members more, because I just realized like last month there was over 100 members and I got to find some way to get more involved with the members. So I want to get, if you are a member, let me know. I want to get a little member group chat going. That's the first step, and then the second step is I want to get a little membership, like a members call-in type thing eventually. So I want to get that set up as well. But big up Wayne Bonner every single time. Good to have you in the chat as always. Got another guest that I will bring up. Big up Danny Kiriakou in the chat. That's always nice to see. He's here and he's saying hello.
This must be from last Christmas.
Oh, that's what. Big up Danny Kiriakou every single time. Big up Mike Doss. What were you saying there, Ellie? Sorry.
I said that us Greeks are notorious for being late.
It's true. Greek time.
My wife is Greek.
People, we're like the Jamaicans. We just, blow through life. We're never on time for anything.
Oh my goodness. My chat just refreshed and it's like, wait, it kind of moved kind of funny. Look, I'm going to bring on another guest, but while I do that, Leo is going to dip. He is going to say goodbye, but Mile High Hotspur is, well, it was, damn it, I didn't save it. It is in the description. If you're listening to this on playback, it is absolutely in the description. I don't know what's wrong. It's like not letting me tag anybody anymore. I don't know if I ran out of being able to tag people. I don't know if there's a limit or something, but let me work with that. But Leo, real quick, 2 questions for you before we say goodbye. How are you feeling about Newcastle? Look at them balloons. Hey, I didn't even mean to do that. That's production quality. Hey, I ain't gonna get that anywhere else. Hey, look at that. Hit a like. Boom. Pop. Hey, look at that. I didn't even mean to do that. But make sure you're doing the like, the subscribe, all that jazz. Leo, I'm going to let you go. But before that, tell me your first or your fondest memory of myself or the channel or Michael. And then second, how you feeling about Newcastle?
Yeah, so sorry to be in and out, homie. I got my little girl asleep right here, so I got to take advantage of that and get some stuff done around the house. But look, bro, my first memory of US of A, of US of Spurs was probably just where you helped me get my foot in the door, bro. I did my debut with you, and it's been onwards and upwards since then, homie. So, I mean, that's what I really wanted to come on here and say is thanks to you, bro, that I met tons of people in the community, and have a channel myself, bro. So keep leading the way for us, homie.
Hey, I appreciate that. I'm gonna figure out this damn YouTube thing. I just need a refresh or something on the studio. But Mile High Hotspur will be in the description of this video, so make sure you are subscribed over there as well. Support all content creators. Look, no matter where they're at, where you're at, who you support, they put a lot of time and effort into it. So, Leo, thank you first and foremost for giving us some of your time today, and major blessings to you and your beautiful family.
Yeah, bro. And then I want to take advantage of this time to be able to say, Jacob, we go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac, baby.
Hey, way back now. Way back. Talking Sadio Mane hairline.
On a Cadillac, baby.
Hey, I love that, man. Hope you have a blessed evening, my friend.
See you, buddy.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
So he's going to go. Then we have another one who's got to go. And then I got 2 more guests I'm about to bring in. So you think the panel's getting smaller. It's actually not. We're just playing musical chairs here. Dermot, same question for you. Predictions for tomorrow. Your score prediction as well as if you have any maybe funny memories, anything like that.
I think the funniest memory I have of you was I couldn't sleep one night and I was looking on YouTube. What could I watch? And I came across this man with a voice that should be doing audiobooks. And it was like you put me to sleep gently. And I had that sort of voice saying, that velvet voice, just talking Tottenham and just made me go into a Tottenham dream. So that's my first memory. And that was you went on long, Jacob. And I've been hooked ever since. I love your content, love your shows, love your FIFA stuff as well. So please keep up the great work. And look, you do a great job. So you should be very proud of yourself because you do a great content and you're a good guy as well. So one of the nicest guys on the community. For me, for tomorrow, as I told Dave Harris, I am the prophet. I am the Muhammad Ali of the Spurs community. Do you know? All of you just bow before Dermatron as I tell you how it's going to happen. Look, prophets always get it wrong, right? I didn't get it right last week, okay? But I got it right the week before. I've had a word with Moses. He's told me that Tottenham Hotspur will part ways and all cups and goals will end up at Tottenham. We're going to win tomorrow 2-0. Newcastle will fall in 2. That is my prediction. That's my Muhammad Ali Dermatron prediction: Newcastle will fall in 2. We will take 3 points. The days are back. We're going to win trophies. Tottenham are back. We're rising. And Hippie Paul and me, we're going to be dancing around the high road when Spurs win the league.
Love that.
I don't know who's going to be carrying who and whose shoulder, but we'll work that out when we get there, Paul.
We'll sort it out when we get there, right? Ain't no need to rush these things. We'll celebrate in due time. Big up, Dermot. I appreciate your attitude, your positive mindset, and you as a person, first and foremost. So big up yourself. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your evening. Yeah. Make sure you are subscribed to THFC Till I Die.
Spurs.
It is, come on, you Spurs. It is one of the channels tagged in the description here. As the ever growing list continues, let me go ahead and add. I don't even know if he's there because he was on camera, but now he's not. Colin.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh.
Say what's up? So my camera
guy.
keeps making everything lag, so I've gone cameraless for the moment, but I'll get it figured out. I'll get the internet worked out. But hey, dude, congratulations! Oh my god.
Hey man, appreciate it.
Yeah.
You've known me since again the infant stages, so good to have you here.
We used to late night chills together. Back when our schedules aligned better, man.
Yeah, and back whenever I could actually stay up past 10 p.m. Yeah, that's true.
We go way back, like car seats and spinal cords or whatever. It's from the show 30 Rock, but we go back like that, man. But no, it's really good to see you guys. Really good to be here. And Jacob, I turned it off again. I think I'm lagging, but I just wanted to say again, man, congrats on the 3K. And yeah, dude, you like Leo said, you're kind of blazing the trail for us American boys. So we appreciate you, man. And as always, come on, you Spurs. But yeah, how's everybody doing in the house besides Jacob? Everybody good? Yeah, it's been a long time, everybody. So it's really nice to. This is like a reunion of sorts. Really good to see everybody. You got like a room full of good people here too. So we're in good shape.
Yeah, big up. And again, big up to everyone who did come on over from This Is Football, aka everyone's saying Hassam TV. Big up Hassam every single time.
Big up.
Look. We do have a match tomorrow, so as much as this is a celebration, I almost did this show last week, and KUVA and I were joking, it's going to be a little bit of a celebration before the massacre, and then I postponed it. There wasn't the massacre that I presumed there to be. Paul, I haven't heard your voice in a little bit, so I want to ask you, wait, have I even asked Ellie how you're doing, first and foremost? I'm sorry, Paul. 1 second. Ellie, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. I thought you were ignoring me there, Jacob.
No, that's my fault. I just looked down. I was like, wait, that's not Mia. That's Ellie. It's just because there's no the photo thing. Look, my bad. Sean, I think your mic is your wrong input or something. It sounds like your computer mic or something.
That's a shame.
It's like it just changed, Sean. Sorry, Ellie. Go ahead.
No,
how you doing?
I forgive you because you've got a sexy voice,
Hey, as long as I can be forgiven, that's all I ask in this life,
Yeah.
As long as I can be forgiven.
Us ladies, the men are here for you because they look up to you, and you.
Is it better now?
You're a virile man, and you've got that husky voice that they all want.
Husky and run. That sounds nice.
And the women come because they fancy you, Jacob. That's why we're here.
Wasn't that lovely? Hey,
yeah, don't tell your wife.
Whatever you're here for, I appreciate you nonetheless. And it don't matter if you're here. Look, I give footballing opinions and I can talk tactics and stuff, but I'm not a book guy, kind of a X's and O's, look at this whiteboard kind of thing. I'm more of a, hey, look, this is what I saw, this is what I feel, and I never thought that I would actually talk about the sport, my club, in any kind of forum, because it was just kind of like, why would anyone listen to me kind of thing. Here I am 3,000 subs later, and people do listen from time to time, so that's kind of nice.
You know why they listen to you, Jacob, right? Because you've got a really good way of putting things, and you're a storyteller, and the way that you describe things and the way you put all things together, it really is enchanting and charming. So for the person watching you, for the first time, for example, they will get entertained. Plus, they get lovely. The way you put things, it's really, really enchanting, and like you tell things
I like
in a
that.
different way.
Enchanting.
Yeah, you tell things in a different way to all the other YouTubers. You've got a certain appeal, so it's lovely when you come on late at night as well, but it's quite in the afternoon for you. But for people in England, it's quite late. So for us to be staying up to watch you, you've grabbed us with your personality. So that's the biggest compliment I can pay you, really.
I appreciate that, Ellie. And again, you were someone that has been here since there was 100 subs on the channel. So you are part of that ever elusive Mount Rushmore, so to speak. I mean, I know it's seems a little extravagant over the top, but I would say thank you so much for everything that you've done for the channel, for me personally, Ellie. So thank you. And you've also played for my beautiful club. So how could I thank you anymore? But let me also say, real quick, make sure you are hitting a like on the video if you are still here. Make sure you tell me if you did come over from Hassam TV. Make sure you know, like Daddy Dog here, LFC fan here, but Ellie is right. Thank you, Daddy Dog. Don't know what she was right about, but hey, she's hardly ever wrong, so you can never really miss when you say that. And Philip Bidwell, you're always here, a Liverpool fan. 5th loss out of 6 incoming. Paul, do you see this as a loss or a draw? Do you think we could get that win? Look, funky things have been happening all week. Bayern Munich, the Harry Kane led trophyless at this juncture team. Look, I think they got packed by Stuttgart or someone like that, I heard. And then Arsenal also picked up an L versus Mr. Good Evening. Wait, I got something for that. We did get to witness a little bit of this today.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
That was amazing. That's
brilliant.
That's gold. That's gold.
Loving that.
I like I said, I was gonna save it for. There's a certain someone I sent the link to. He's an Arsenal fan, so it's gonna be his introduction. But I've enjoyed it so much all day that I've already played it twice, and we've been on the stream for over an hour now. So make sure you are hitting a like and subscribe to all the beautiful channels in the description of this video. Look, there is another super chat I want to read out real quick. Congratulations on the 3K from Dermatron, who was just here. Says thanks for having me on. Here to 4K. Come on, you Spurs. We can do it. We are Spurs. Big up Dermot with THFC till I die. Again, another channel that is in the description. Make sure you are going over there and subscribing to every single content creator, whether you think they are a waffler or you think they're spitting facts. I mean, me personally, you're going to come here, you're only going to hear hot facts. You're only going to hear emotional takes. Sometimes uneducated takes, but know that it's led by love. I'll put it that way. But Paul,
yeah, well,
I will ask you the question now. Do you think we are going to get a win? We haven't won in quite some time.
Well, you see, unfortunately or fortunately, I chatted to Steve Perryman for about an hour this morning, and he's just pumped me full of Tottenham goodness. So I don't care what injuries we've got, what our results have been. I think we're just going to stuff Newcastle 5-0.
Nice. Nice. Get it.
Nice scoreline.
That's what's going to happen. Bugger it.
5-0.
Good
I
price
love
on
it.
that.
Sure.
What do you think the odds are, Sean? 500? 250?
No, that won't be that much. So I reckon 5-0 will probably be
50
A
to 1.
5-0 Tottenham.
85 to 1 or something. I mean, Newcastle
Yeah,
have
something around that, yeah.
5 goals in about 10 games. So
We've been
I want
5-1
Sean,
a few seasons ago.
I want Sean to convert that chair into a commode, because then we can have like 24/7 Spurs talk show, the channel that never ever stops.
you're only assuming he isn't converting it into one already.
I've seen a little look on his face once in a while. You know,
Watch this space. Watch this space. I was thinking about getting. I was just saying to KUVA on a text. I was thinking about getting a bunch of old Tottenham shirts, and because my auntie, who actually lives outside, like 30 feet away from the stadium, on the high road, she's like a seamstress. So I was thinking about getting her to, if I could get her the specifications, whether or not she could like sew together like a almost like a new upholstering for this
chair that was all old Tottenham kits. You know, that's stage one of the commode transfer.
It looks like Colin Baker's Doctor Who. You know.
Yeah, that's the one I thought of as well. Yeah,
I thought it was more like Big Brother. You know, like welcome to the Big Brother house. You are live.
Oh, dude, that is sick. Yeah, that's hilarious.
And Jacob, I think my favourite memory, and well done on the 3K, means I've got to keep coming on this bloody channel because I'm never.
Them's the rules, Paul. You can't leave now. You have to keep featuring. Them's the rules.
I think I'll just have to say Toby Jones and leave it at that.
Oh my God, that stream was one of the most underrated streams I've ever. I think it maybe had like 300 views at the end of the day, or 400, 500 maybe, and that was one of. I just remember listening back to it while I was doing something, and I couldn't stop laughing. And normally I crack myself up a decent amount, not like an overextended amount, but a solid amount. I laugh at my own jokes, and that was one of those, man. When you said Toby Jones, I just keep remembering. That was so funny. If you don't, I think it was a pop-up with Jacob. What we did was we casted a Tottenham Hotspur movie. Who would play who if there was a Tottenham Hotspur movie? And Paul nominated Toby Jones. It was quite hilarious. Big up Jerome with the big super chat here. Says, congratulations on the 3K, guys. Just subscribe to your channel. And it is good to have a channel that is not going overboard or being ultra negative. People that are just enjoying the football is a good listen. Jerome, what I will tell you, if this is the same Jerome, I always see you on the football terrace, I believe it is, making sure Terry hears the perspective of Spurs fans. I believe if this is the same Jerome, big up first and foremost. Thank you so much for the donation, and thank you for the kind words as well. Look, I'm sometimes maybe look, I always just speak from my heart. I try to be as authentic as possible. Some people don't like it, some people do like it, but at the end of the day, I am who I am, and as 50 Cent said, you could like it or love it. That's just, there's no hate here, only love. But I will be upset with players when they are not good. I will say things that I feel passionately about, but at the same time, like, football is just that. We all have, I always say this, KUVA, right? Like, life is hard enough. Why should you come to a football channel and I make your life even harder? So always try and just spread good vibes, spread the love, because life is too short for anything less than that. And speaking of life being too short for anything less than, we've got someone who is definitely not less than anything, because he is the maximum. He is the maximum.
Wow.
He is the maximum version. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to.
I've ever seen in my life, but well done. Bring him in. Sorry, carry on.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the one and only, often imitated but never duplicated, Mr. Alex Box Office Wait, Mr. Box Office TV, but your channel's Box Office TV. Alex, what's up, buddy?
Splurge over his face.
There you go, Max.
Alex,
What's up,
Box
Lars?
Office TV.
Big up, Jacob, for the 3K subscribers. Big up, bro. Big up.
Appreciate
big up.
that.
Yeah, big up,
Yeah,
man.
to check that.
Got another super chat that ran in here from Mick Dundee. Says Spurs 5-0 at 126-1 odds in Australia. Paul, are you going to put a cheeky $2 on this or something? I mean, why not?
No,
you're predicting it. Manifest it.
No, I don't gamble. I think it's morally wrong. So there you
go.
It
is haram. That is true.
You all have a flutter.
Morally wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it just is.
I think your belief.
What does that mean? What's morally wrong about gambling?
Well, all right. It says it in the Quran. There you go. So that's what I've got to try and do.
Okay. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know you were.
I did say, yeah, I did.
Sorry. Okay, fair enough.
I did caveat that with, I believe it is haram in.
126 to 1 though is pretty good odds. I will say that.
That's pretty good odds, man. That's pretty good odds. Gotta have it.
The Quran had great intentions, but they didn't know that you could get 126 to 1.
Brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, another super chat just rolled in. Hey, big up Spoopy. I saw you last night on the FIFA stream. It says, Congrats, Jacob. Lucky to find you from Hassam's channel. Even though I like poking fun at Spurs, the only way is up. Keep at it. Big up, Spoopy. Hey, what I always say on the rival channels that I go on, I'm like a tennis ball. No matter how hard you hit me, no matter where you throw me, I'm always going to bounce back or bounce somewhere, maybe over the neighbor's fence. I don't know. But hey, Spoopy, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming on over from Hassam's channel. And again, big up. Thank you so much for the financial donation to the channel. Honestly, like, I'm looking at my starred and it's a damn rainbow in here. When I scroll through the starred section, y'all are absolutely blessing me. So I just, hey, I want to say thank you to Flawless from Sarcasm City TV. He's the one who convinced me to do, because I was like, it seems kind of arrogant, right? To do like a 3K celebration. He said, no, man, you need to celebrate every success in your life, no matter how big or small. And I was like, you know what? That's such a great fucking mentality. Yeah, I loved it. So big up Spoopy. Big up everyone.
Well
Thank you so much
man.
again for all the donations. I appreciate that.
Big up Spoopy.
Spoopy, big up. Alex, what's the mood like with you right now? We just took a L versus our, as I like to call them, the if you break it, you buy it stadium. The track and field activity arena, the people who play there, they don't own it, but they play there. We lost to them in an embarrassing fashion, I would say, because we, for all intents and purposes, I think should have dominated that. And had the first half been about 4-5-0. Where are you at going into Newcastle? Do you feel that they're going to tear us apart much like they did when they came to town last season, or you think this could be a different story?
I'm calm because I know where we're at. I know what my team's all about. I've told people, I've said everything in June. You've heard me since June, when people were telling me I'm Mr. Post Office. I need to do research on Postecoglou. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. Well, look what's happened now. Look what's happened now. Yeah, it's ironic because I call Sean the flip flop. Yeah. The flip flop, yeah. But I actually said,
Captain Heavy-Honors, I believe it was.
I actually gave him some props because he said something that actually I've taken note. Yeah, he said, yeah, that managers you can't back a manager that you don't know is going to be here for a very long time. Yeah, you don't buy transfers for a manager specifically. Yeah, I remember that, and that was a very, very good point. That's the actual reason why I'm not back. I don't care about Postecoglou.
I've said a lot of things to you, mate. I've known you for over a year, and that's the one thing that I've said in all that time that you go, he had a point. He had a point.
That's why I don't care about Postecoglou. That's why I said I need time to. I need convincing because I don't think this guy's going to be here more than 2 years. I don't think he will be.
Wow, really?
I told you. Yeah. Like I said, it's a big achievement for him to stay for a season because, unfortunately, Conte stayed for 38 games. Yeah, between 2 seasons. Don't try and.
Ange will be here for what he'll 100% break the season duck. 100.
Alex, you haven't given him one. He hasn't even had more than one transfer window yet.
Well,
you know
this is the point. This is the point, though.
You have to.
But Phil, this is the point. This is the point I said. This is the point I said. When he has a bad run of games, right, which you're seeing right now, right, what you're seeing right now. Yeah. Oh, people are doubting him right now. Yeah,
no,
people are now saying, change your system, right? Change your system. Yeah. And what did he say in June?
Never change your system.
What did he say in June? And this is a guy that didn't even back it, don't even like him. Yeah. What did he say in June? I'm sticking by my system. I'm going to play the football I want to play. If you don't want my football, don't employ me. And he said it twice.
How long's he been in the game?
He said it.
He's never going to change his ways. And,
yeah, but Phil, he said it twice. He said it twice. Right, yeah. He said it first time round. Time round when he started, right, and he said it in the fans forum both times to Daniel Levy. Yeah. Right. So who's the mug? Right. if we sack him now, who's the mug?
He's not getting sacked.
No. You're not listening to me.
It's ludicrous to think that he's going to be sacked. It's ludicrous, man.
But who's the mugs? Who are the mugs who are telling him to change it when he's told people He's told people.
He said from day one that he's never going to change the way he's going to
Why are
play.
people now? Why is it now? I've just seen something on YouTube. Yeah, I've just seen something in the press conference. They're asking him every single time to change. I'm sitting there saying, how many times do you have to say broken record to this guy? He ain't changing.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
He ain't changing. The only thing he needs to do is adapt his system. Yeah,
he has done
that. Can you do that in 38 games? Can you do that in 13 games? No, you can't.
His philosophy. He doesn't change his philosophy around keeping the ball and people at the back to try and promote and progress the ball forward and look for a progressive pass. He doesn't change that, but the tactics do change. Against Manchester City, he kept the fullbacks wide, and he asked Højbjerg in the second half to drop deep, and he asked Lo Celso in the first half to drop deep. He gets Maddison before he got injured to come deep and pick the ball up when you get overcrowded in the midfield. But in other games, Maddison plays forward, and Bissouma was the guy progressing the ball forward. In other games, you see Decky coming in. Other times, you see him hanging out on the right-hand side. You see Brennan Johnson doing things over the top versus now driving at players. You've seen in certain games, Sonny coming back to pick the ball up and Decky moving more central. Tactics during the games do change, not as frequently as I personally would like, but the tactics at times do change. The philosophy remains consistent. I'm happy for everyone, especially rival fans and rival managers, to think that the tactics never change. That's a myth. The tactics do change.
I agree with you. Because I mean, if you look real quick, I do want to interject just real quick. I want to hear your rebuttal, Alex. So do save that thought for 30 seconds. Real quick, big up, never a foul for the raid. There's over 360 of y'all in the house. So if you are new, big up. This is United Spurs of America. We're doing a little celebration of 3K while also previewing Newcastle versus Spurs. So if you are new, let me know where you're from, who you're a fan of, and what your predictions for Newcastle are. I'll make sure to try and run through some of those as well. So big up Kaz and Daps over there with never a foul for the raid. He also says, P.S. Sean smells. So Sean, that's a little love tap from Kaz, I believe.
I think he has turned the chair into a toilet. Then
man talks sense.
That's it.
Big up Mike Doss as well. He put in a little $2 dono. Big up Mike Doss. The C-Tech Tom Selleck says, Mr. Box Office, the GOAT Spur, big down Jacob, 3K fraud. Big up, Mike Doss, you're part of that 3K fraudulence. So appreciate you being here, my friend, and also being a member of the channel while calling me a fraud. That's absolutely, I love it. It reminds me of Jurgen Klopp being like, boo-hoo, we kick off at 12:30. That's what it reminds me of. So big up, Mike Doss, hold that. Real quick, Colin, I want to ask you after I hear from Alex real quick. Just Sean said it's not a change in philosophy; it's just an adjustment, right? More or less.
No, I'm just saying this notion that he doesn't change is crazy. What he does do, he keeps the consistent philosophy of asking the players to not launch the ball up the field and give the ball back, to find a way to keep it and progress it, and to take risks, because ultimately you'll get more opportunities than you'll concede by playing that system. But in terms of this idea that we don't ever change our style of play is a myth. Like I could point to 5 different situations in the last 5 games where there's been specific player instructions that have been very different depending on who we're playing against and what's happening in the game. I would say he needs to pivot a little bit more. And I personally have a little bit of frustration with some of his substitution choices recently. But the idea that he doesn't change tactics is not true.
Yeah, I would agree.
Why do you have frustration with his substitutions, Sean?
I'll give you an example. Against West Ham, it was pretty clear to me in the first 8 minutes of the game that David Moyes was setting up to park the bus and go low block, and he gave up the midfield battle. So if you give up the midfield battle, but you've made the decision to start Højbjerg and Bissouma, then one of those two is not really necessary if you don't have to fight and control the midfield. So I'm not saying that you'd make a substitution that early, but you could have changed the in-game management once it was clear that the midfield wasn't really going to be combative. Then taking off Lo Celso and bringing on Ollie Skip, again, you're swapping a creative player for a non-creative player when what you needed in that particular moment was more creativity, not less.
By the way, Lo Celso did nothing, by the way, so that actually makes sense, by the way. Yeah, but Lo Celso did absolutely nothing, by the way. Lo Celso did absolutely nothing, by the way. So that did make sense. He did absolutely nothing. He was absolutely, he was rubbish, absolute rubbish. And by the way, I was at the stadium, by the way, watching every single thing he was doing in that game. He was doing nothing, absolutely nothing. I can't understand why people started booing him, booing that decision, because I absolutely understood what he was doing there. By the way, Kulu and Johnson were absolutely rubbish as well. By the way, yeah,
but
I watched them. They couldn't cross the ball even if they tried. Couldn't even cross a ball even if they tried. I'm sorry, just to say that as well, and just to come back on Sean. By the way, I'm not coming back on him on a heated thing. I just need to say this. Yes, I'm saying the same thing you're saying. By the way, because I'm saying he's not changing his philosophy. He needs to adapt his system. Yeah, and he's not going to be doing that. He can't do that in 10 or 13 games. Yeah, and I've said it how many times, and I'm backing this. I'm saying the same. I'm backing him when I don't even like the guy. You know what I mean? So if I'm not here to, I'm not here gloating here. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So like I said before, yeah, and I am talking sense because I was backing him after the Fulham game, and look after we got out the Carabao Cup, and look how many players are playing in that playing now from that Fulham game. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's all making sense. It's all making sense.
Alex, can I ask you why you don't like Postecoglou?
No, Ellie, if you don't watch Mr. Box Office TV, I've seen it. I've said it already. You see what I'm saying? I've said it already. Firstly, it's because of the fans, because they've been in your face, and I'm not having a go at Paul, by the way, because Paul actually respects Mr. Box Office. Yeah, and he's followed him for how many years now? Yeah. So I'm not having a go at Paul, by the way. I'm certainly not having a go at KUVA, by the way, because KUVA respects me, especially Asthmatic as well. Big up Asthmatic, by the way.
Big up Asthmatic. Big up Howie as well with the Canadian super chat.
By the way.
Real quick, I just wanna say thank you so much to Howie for the super chat here. It says, what never changes is the mentality. It will take time. Ainge told us this, but key injuries on a thin roster doesn't help. No, it does not. But thank you so much, Howie. Your super chat does help. It does help keep the not really keep the party rolling, because you can just hit a like and subscribe. That keeps the party rolling. It's absolutely free. But speaking of absolutely free,
can I just say something just quickly?
Yeah.
Just to say what I'm going to say now. I don't mind people saying Ange out. I don't mind it, because the reason why I say it is this: it needs to be put the pressure on that board. Yeah, because that's when the chickens will come home to roost. Yeah, we don't have any effect on the on what's going on with Tottenham. The board do. Yeah, wait just a minute. Let me make my point. Right,
go on.
The board do, right? And the thing is, though, when the fans say Ange out, I want to say the board to say no. Yeah. Then we'll see whether this is real, because this is the same thing that is happening with Arteta at Arsenal, and look where they are right now. Yeah, and I'm talking sense, because look what Arsenal are doing right now. Yeah, and that's the only way this is going to work. Well, Phil, if you don't understand it, watch what Arsenal are doing right now.
What I'm trying to say
is what we're watching.
When they finish 8th and 5th, what are the fans saying? Get Arteta out. Did they say no?
What I'm trying to say,
I guess I want to bring in real quick.
That's what I'm saying, and that's
all I wanted to say quickly.
I'm done.
All I wanted to say quickly is that how does that help the manager, and how does that help the team by fans calling Ange out? I don't get that one.
You don't understand. Phil, you don't understand. Then you don't understand. Like I said before, what if the board believe in the manager, they will stick by him hook by crook.
Yeah.
That's
by
the
hook or
point.
by crook, we also have another guest in the background that I would like to bring on.
Silky smooth segue, man.
Look at that! I've been waiting for that little crease, and once I found it, don't worry about me. Don't mind me. Someone who also has helped this channel in its infant stages, and as well as helped it today get some more viewers in the chat right now. We've got Kaz from Never a Foul. Big up, my friend. First and foremost, how are you doing after was not a pleasant day, I'm sure?
Fuck that team. I've had enough. But yeah, man. Big up for your 3K. I know it's weird because this time last year we was talking about how to get your channel going, innit? Remember that one?
Yeah, I was like, bro, is there something on the back end? Is it hashtags? Is it the structuring of how I set up YouTube Studio, etc.? You were very much helpful in a lot of sense. You sent me videos, audio notes of ways to kind of tag the channel and stuff. Look, man, those are tips that usually you gotta know somebody or you gotta pay somebody, and luckily, I knew you, so thank you so much for the help in the infant stages as well. So
That's right. You might hear the kitchen background. There's Big Steve, Daps, and Traps just doing whatever they're doing. But I can't believe what I'm hearing from Alex. Alex is fucking deluded. Yeah. I'll tell you that for free. But he's right. He has a right to his own opinion. But we got Alex, as we were streaming the other day with on the Gal stream as well. He's a good guy, man. But he's deluded. But you're allowed to be. You have a few of those.
That word.
What, deluded?
Yeah, we don't
stick him on the blue bus in London then. But other than that, yeah.
Was that Chelsea? Yeah, man. Was that Chelsea? Yeah. What's the blue bus in London? I don't know.
Only people from London might understand.
Ellie, do you know what that means? What's the blue bus from London? Is that like the Chelsea bus? That's the only thing.
Yeah. Let's call it the Chelsea bus.
All right, the Chelsea bus. Real quick, Paul. I know you got to bounce. You got some things you got to attend to. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hots for Hippie. It is in the description of this video. Big up, Paul. You said 5-0. Do you have any parting thoughts for us before you go? I love the 5-0, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's what Steve Perryman does. You know, I can see why he was a captain now after chatting to him. I feel like becoming a model citizen of society after talking to him. Man, no, just well done on the channel. It's one of my favourite channels. I love, coming on and just, whether we win, lose or draw, just talking dumb Tottenham crap with you. And I have a ball doing it, man. So onwards and upwards to 10K, man. You've well deserved it. You're one of the good guys,
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Big up,
right
Paul.
back at you, my friend.
Big up, man.
Big up, Paul.
Big up, Paul.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day.
Come on.
You had your
Colin.
Yo, what up, G?
I don't think I've heard how you feel going into tomorrow versus Newcastle.
If there was ever a team to play, it would be Newcastle. I mean, like their injuries and our injuries. I think our injury lists look pretty similar. They're hurting in a bad way with injuries. So I mean, yeah, I don't feel terrible about it. Do we have any news on Son? Is Sonny gonna play?
Not yet. We don't know.
I haven't heard anything. I thought something would happen. I thought there would be like a press conference today or something that would tell us, but
same.
We didn't get that.
Thought so too.
I would have thought it'd be out by now. If it was something serious, I would have thought it would have been out by now that he wasn't going to play. Like,
yeah. That's a good point. Well, yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty good, but I'm one of those people that always feels good going into matches. But we know that Newcastle, they've been pretty busy themselves. Also dealing with an injury crisis. I don't know. I almost want us to score second, to get scored on first, so that we've got to climb our way back. Spurs seem like a team that, for some reason, fight their way back better than cruising to victory. So maybe we just reverse the tactics a bit. We let them score on us first. Bam, we get in that hungry mentality and score a couple more. But no, I feel moderately confident. Is that good? Is that a good answer? Moderately confident.
I'll take moderately confident. Any amount of confidence going into a match in which last season we saw them absolutely. I think it was breaking a record in 25 minutes. No one's ever scored as many goals as they did last season. So
we've
I'm
got
a little bit worried.
In this, year after year after year. Like it wasn't just last year. I mean, like they've done us wrong a lot of times. I remember one time they were relegated and they beat us towards the end of the season. Last match of the season, they were already relegated and beat us. Yeah, it was.
Well,
We've beaten them more times than they've beaten us.
That's good. I'll take that.
Yeah. We beat them 5-1 at White Hart Lane about 3 seasons
I bet you do, Cass. I bet.
I need you lot to ease my pain. Arsenal lost today. I need City to lose tomorrow. Chelsea, because they're just, Chelsea. And I need you lot to lose. I just need, join me.
From a United perspective, who would you say is the favorite going into this? Would you say Newcastle's favorite, or who would you say is the favorite? I don't know what the betting odds are, but who would you? Oh, my thing just died.
Who? Chelsea got Everton away.
Headphone just.
Tottenham, I think it's even. For me, I think it's an even game. To be fair, I think you both got injuries as much as each other. I think your defense are both makeshift. I think your midfield is pretty much. You still got Basuma and that. They might a little. I think they they might be a bit knackered, but I've never known Newcastle to lose really 2 on a bounce. Really, but then again, even Tottenham to lose 4 on a bounce at home. That's a bit crazy. But you still play the way you play. You lot play good for like 20 minutes at the start of a game or 25, and then you lot just drop off.
The thing is, it's about killing it off for me. When we get that chance. I mean, against Villa, that first half we absolutely battered them, and we didn't take our chances, and that ultimately cost us in that game. At the end of the day, if we take them chances, it kills the game off straight away. In that second half, there's no way getting back from that. But, you know, this is the Premier League, innit? You've got to take your chances where you can.
Yeah.
I mean, for me...
I don't think we dropped
Sorry,
off.
go on, Ellie.
No, I don't think we dropped off. I think we just didn't play as well in the first half an hour. But I don't think we dropped off significantly because we still had most of the ball. The stats show that we had 75% possession. If that's dropping off, I don't know what is keeping the ball then.
Well,
we didn't drop off. It's just that we dilly-dallied a lot in front of goal, and we weren't concise enough with our finishing and our final pass. Like Sean said, we did penetrate them, but when we did penetrate them, we weren't clinical in front of goal. Like we had 23 chances to their 11. So we did dominate the game. It's just that we didn't dominate it for all of the match, you know, because they came into it as well. But I thought we had the majority of the possession because it showed in the stats. And we did play quite well, but not the whole of the game. I just thought we were just too wasteful in front of goal, especially Brennan Johnson. He was pretty rubbish. Really,
I think Brennan Johnson. For Brennan Johnson, I think that when he plays at that left wing position, I don't really think that he is comfortable there. I don't think he plays the most confidently at that left. When we see him at the right wing, I think we see more out of him. He turned Josko Vardy all around. I know he's playing left back, but that's a $90 million defender. And he got turned around by a 22-year-old kid who barely gets into the Wales side. So I'll take it. I think working from that right-hand side, Brennan Johnson does offer more than Kulusevski does as a winger. I'm quite done with Kulusevski as a winger because I think everything he excels at as a winger, I've said this before on the channel, that if you move that in centrally, he can still do all those things well while we then have a winger that can stretch the pitch. So that's what I would like to see. There was something I was about to... KUVA, I was going to ask you, in relation to how last year went, I'm sure we all remember. Do you think that plays a factor at all into the players' minds, the ones that were a part of that monstrosity of a match last year?
Yeah, without doubt. Some of these players have got must have some sort of mental scarring from the last few seasons. The amount of times we've thrown games away, or particularly, you know, scoring first and then not winning it. It used to be, you can go back quite a few years and we had results where we'd go 3-0 up and still find a way to lose the game and stuff. It's kind of like an inbuilt thing to Spurs over the years, but we've tried to find our way past that recently. Pochettino had changed a lot of usual traits with the team, but they started creeping their way back in. We've got... You know, there is a reason we got the word Spursy said about us. And unfortunately, it lasted for quite some time. We're looking to get rid of it again. But at the moment, we've still got a lot of these players left that are used to those sorts of games that perhaps you could argue don't have that mental sort of steel, the kind of attitude that gets you over the line at times. So it's going to take a little while before we start seeing all the rest of those out the door. I'm talking the old guard, the Eric Dyers in particular, those sorts of players. They have seen all those times. So for me, I think it is we are changing the way we're doing things, but it's very difficult to watch at the moment. And that's because a paper-thin squad has been exposed really cruelly in that Chelsea match. We basically had the core of the team ripped out. 3 first-choice defenders during the match gone. Then Maddison got injured as well. These were things you would have been extremely pessimistic to accurately predict all of that happening all in one go. But it has happened.
We knew it would happen at some point, but not all at once, I think. But
Yeah,
all
sure,
at once,
sure.
I do.
One or two missing's okay, but it's not.
Well, are we missing 2 from our starting 11 last week? Is that correct? Van de Ven and Madison.
Yeah, but Jacob.
Look at the importance of those two.
Don't overstate missing Perisic.
Perisic as well. Real quick, I know I did just open a can of coffee grounds here, but Kaz is doing a hello and a goodbye. I want to get his score predictions real quick before he says goodbye. And again, thank you so much for all you've done for the channel. But do you have any do you have any hope here for the Spurs fans? I know you want us to lose, but do you think we might go ahead and get some kind of result out of this?
All we got to do is keep losing so I can get Ange Postecoglou at Old Trafford. So please keep losing. I really want him. Anyone that wants him out in the Tottenham fan base, you're all scum. Honestly, you don't like nice things.
Obviously didn't understand what I said at all.
So anyone that thinks Ange should go, you have lost the plot and you don't like nice things.
At all. That's the problem. If you see Mr. Stevie, that's when you find out why I said it. And that's the thing.
I'm landing the box office news right here, not you. Let me tell you for free.
Load of rubbish there, but you know, that's your click.
Anyways, I don't know how you can't support him, even if it is bad. At
You're not listening. You're not listening. You're obviously not listening. So that's the point. So you don't obviously understand. Back to you. Just waffle on again. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Back to you.
Hush your mouth. I'm talking.
No, I'm not going to hush my mouth. Back to you anyway.
Hush your talking. Anyways, even though Tottenham are going through a bad period at the moment, it's not hard to see that you lot are clearly good still. Like, you still play the way you want to play. Something my manager can't do. Something that Alex can't conceive in his own dumb brain. So I'm just saying.
We're insulting now. We're insulting. We're insulting people now.
Yes,
brilliant. That is exactly what you're trying to do. Back to you again, Kaz, to make yourself even more like an idiot.
Thank you, because it was already towards me and I was talking. Anyways, dimwit. What's called? You got Sean, by the way, as well. I love Sean. Even though he smells. All right, look, Andrew's doing amazing things. If you had Madison, Van de Ven, and whatnot still in your team, I guarantee you'd be top of the league right now. You're the only team for me other than Liverpool, and you look more sustainable at this moment in time. You've been sick. You've been amazing. Injuries have really fucked your season. Injuries fucked everyone's seasons pretty much, but especially you lot and Newcastle as well, in my opinion. But I think even you lot have been better than Newcastle. My prediction would be actually a draw. I hope that you lot get smashed 4-3-0. It's not going to happen. I think it might be a 2. Something just tells me 2-2 for some reason.
Newcastle United is just as big a threat as Tottenham to United's chances, though.
Pardon?
Don't you see that Newcastle are just as big a threat to your whatever your hopes are for your season as Tottenham?
My season's look. The thing is, we're 27 points. We're same points as you, and Newcastle are 1 point off us. If we still win a mix, then there might be something with this whole SJR saga and obviously Ten Hag. I don't see him lasting past Anfield personally. We're still in the mix. It's not like where it was doom and gloom. I shouldn't celebrate getting the Champions League for next season. We need to establish something. It's all bollocks upstairs. It's all bollocks in the dressing room as well. And a lot of these players are bollocks. But at the same time, it's just, it doesn't matter.
I mean, like, a draw's a perfect result for you, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, really. But I'd rather Spurs get smashed because I want to insult Sean. So,
London who supports Man United, a Brahma who supports Spurs.
To be entirely honest,
speaking of Man United, though, real quick, I do have another guest in the back that I want to bring on. Kaz, you know him. Everyone should know him because I've also redirect there very often. It's one of my favorite landing spots in the whole of YouTube, in my personal humble opinion. I've got the one and only. Now, this is pretty big time here. We've got Flawless from Sarcasm City TV. I've already shouted him out once. Let me shout him out again. Again, thank you. Hey, the show wouldn't have happened if we hadn't been chatting that one night and you convinced me. But big up, Flawless. How you doing?
Hey, man, look for the kind words, man. But it's big up to the panel. Big up everyone who's tapped in as well. But it's about you, man. So congratulations again. I already know I congratulated you already, but I'll congratulate you again on the 3K. And 4K soon come. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? In no time at all, we're going to be doing the 4K celebration stream. Because you don't give yourself enough credit. I've told you this on air and off air for what you do. The reason why people show up,
we're supposed to be doing streams for every 1,000 along the way. Is that how it works?
I think up to 5,000, up to 5,000, and it'll jump back to the 10,000, and it'll go up like that. Sean, why?
I ain't gonna lie. I give myself.
I'm asking what the question. I don't know what you're supposed to do.
I'd personally say do that. Yes, I would personally say do that up until you get to 10K. Celebrate the milestones, man. You gotta give yourself your flowers. Give other people their flowers, but give yourself your flowers as well.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. If I can't give myself flowers, then who the hell would? You know
Exactly,
what I mean?
man. You gotta be your
Appreciate
own biggest fan. You feel me?
Yeah. That's just like whenever we're playing pro clubs and no one's laughing at my jokes but me, and I'm like, hey, if I can't make myself laugh, how am I supposed to make anybody else? But
that's because we're in serious business when we play in clubs. That's why nobody's laughing.
Yeah.
Outside of that, people would laugh, but we try to concentrate and lock in. That's all
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You should invite Alex on to play with you. You might smile once in a while. You know, back to you, Alex. You know.
Kaz, these digs are so funny because I don't even care about it, Bob. Keep on digging, Bob. You're just digging a hole for yourself. 5 minutes of fame with Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, your nightmare, and Sean's guilty pleasure, and that's it. If you don't know, get to know. That's it. Yeah, that's what you do every single time, Bob. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, but never fail to ban you again. Ban you like 20 minutes, like you're 20 minutes of fame, and that's it, Bob. You know what I mean? Yeah, get a real personal, not like Jay. Yeah, Jay who talks absolute waffle, by the way. You know what I mean? You know,
J-rated R on Twitter. Is that who you're talking about?
Bro. Every single time, Bob. You know what I mean? Then go hiding. Then go hiding, Bob. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. On a Saturday night as well, when I should be at a soccer joint, by the way, By the way. But anyway, back to you, Jacob. The host with the most, and that's it. Back to you, Jacob. I'm done.
I first and foremost fucking love Alex.
I'm gonna go now, anyways.
Yeah, big up, Kaz. Hey, appreciate everything you've done. Appreciate the redirect tonight. Thanks for saying hello.
Don't worry. Yeah, Alex, he said he don't care, but it sounds like he cares.
Let's do a song. Let's do a song. Back to life. Back to reality. That's Man United right now, Bob. That's Man United right now, Bob. Back to reality. Back to reality. Go back to reality like you always do every single time.
There's a different song I'm thinking, Alex. The song that's in my head is...
I know this is a Spurs channel.
That's what it's called. Mr. Box Office TV. If you don't know, get to know. That's what I'm saying. Subscribe and like. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers, by the way. Back to you.
What's the channel?
It is in the title. It is in the description.
Is it the title? I like this guy. I'm
rich. Back to life, back to reality, yeah. It's so rich coming from Tottenham fans, isn't it? It's mad. And then you got
reality, Bob. I've been saying that with bang average, Bob.
Anyways,
bang average, Bob. Yeah, you obviously haven't watched the channel. Go subscribe, man. Go subscribe, man. Go subscribe, man. I'm loving this, Bob. I'm giving it exposure to your channel, Bob. My gosh.
I didn't hear what you said there, Kaz, but...
Sorry, Jacob. He wants his bits of fame. He loves it.
Hang on, Alex. Hang on. Let me hear what he's saying. He's trying to leave.
Then we have a one-to-one.
Alex, he's trying to leave. Let me...
Your 5 minutes of fame. Bloody hell.
He's trying to leave.
Here we go.
I can't have 5 minutes of fame when you know what it is. Ways, yeah. I'll bet on Jacob's channel. I feel famous. I mean, I've never seen so many Spurs content creators before in my life, all in one room. You're actually coming about like Man City fans. But other than that, Jacob, it's not too late to support Newcastle. I'm just saying. So, like, save yourself. Save yourself.
This is my club, my one and only club. And when we get that dub tomorrow, I'm gonna be telling everybody talk to me nicely. So big up, Kaz. Thank you so much for joining.
Big up Sean, big up Irish Hotspur. I know he's not here, but I love that guy. And everyone else in the room. I might not know your names. I think I remember. Is that Ellie? Ellie, right?
Yeah.
Big up
Ellie. She's Tottenham's very own, the Queen of North London.
And she's not here, but she roasted LB. Kate. She don't know me, but I know who she is now. So yeah, big up Kate for roasting LB. In a bit, thank you very much.
Big up, man. Have a good rest of your night.
Yeah,
big up, J. Co. for the latest super chat to the channel. Big up and thank you so much. Says, here's to Jacob and the All-Star cast. Love you all. Big up indeed, J. Co. Thank you so much. Longtime supporter as well. You've been here since we were in the hundreds, so I do appreciate that every single time. As well, look, I did see the Irish Hotspur. I see him here. Dave, you have the link. You're always welcome to come on and say hello. Flawless.
Come on.
Shout to me.
Look, we were delving a little bit, you know, from a neutral's perspective. Would you consider yourself pretty neutral in this sense of Newcastle versus Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow?
Yeah, 100%. I don't really have issues with either side like that. So yeah, I'm fairly neutral within this. Yeah.
So how, and without thinking about I'm not trying to talk about cherries or tell you like I got a slice of cherry pie waiting in the fridge for you. I'm not trying to talk about any of that. I just want to know.
Why even bring it up, man?
That's why you're at 3K. Stuff like that. That has nothing to do with nothing. But carry on.
You know, there's a song I just kept hearing today. It's just "She's my cherry pie." You know, it's like, yeah, I could go for some cherry pie. The mood today is to be a villainous cherry, and I enjoy it very much. Newcastle and Spurs, flawless. Do you think this is going to be a boring match? Do you see Newcastle sitting back? How do you see this thing going down? And is there any hope for Tottenham Hotspur as far as not seeing what we saw last season at Tottenham versus Newcastle?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely not going to be a boring game because you two are both very entertaining sides. Spurs don't do boring. Whether you win, whether you lose, whether you draw, there's always something going on. Even look at the West Ham game. Crazy entertaining. Like, look at the game against Chelsea, for example, entertaining. You don't do both. And same with Newcastle when you look at their up and down results from beating a Sheffield United 8-0, from beating a Chelsea, then losing to a Bournemouth, for example, or even the game they played against us where they beat us. So one, I don't think it will be boring. Two, I give you hope. I think Spurs should be confident going into the game because it's not like Newcastle are in flying form and it's at your place. If it was at St. James's Park, then I think I would understand being a little less confident going into the game.
But
you have
last year at our place, flawless, they broke a record for a number of goals scored within 25 minutes of kickoff.
Yeah, but that was at their place. It wasn't at yours.
No, it was at ours. It was at our home.
No, it was at their ground.
It was?
St. James, yeah.
I'm sorry. It
6-1,
must have been the head injury I took from that beating.
No, you know what? If my team got beat like that, I would forget the details too. Don't worry about it. I'm a United fan. I've been there. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? People ask me about our defeats, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, they love the 7-hog joke. That's a fun
one. United 6-1 at your ground when on lockdown.
See, this one.
Shout out Anthony Martial and Eric Lamella for that one as well.
You know the Men in Black thing. Like that's what it is when we get beat badly. Men in Black thing and it's gone. But yeah, definitely you should feel like because even West Ham, yeah, you lost the game, but you played well. And had your strikers and attacking players done more, you win that game comfortably. That can be an issue. But like I said, you should be confident going into the game. I think you win it. I would predict you lot to win it.
Oh, I appreciate that. Makes me feel a little bit better.
Speaking of broken for the amount of injury time. There was a record last season, Jacob, when Tottenham played Newcastle. It was the lowest ever recorded Premier League game for ball in play time because of Eddie Howe and Newcastle's time wasting in the second half. Yeah. But this time around, I said it earlier, I reckon there could be like 25 minutes of injury time.
Wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, I think this is going to be an entertaining game. I think it's going to be super entertaining.
I like that. Look, big up C Cube says, congrats, Jacob, waiting for my Mount Rushmore. Big up C Cube, another Mount Rushmore there. Person wanted to say hello, C Cube. Cuba, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a really confident prediction for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let me hear it.
Confident.
Yeah.
I'm going for 4 each.
Ooh.
No, that's not goals. That's going to be empty seats on the substitute bench because we've got no players.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, 8 goals tomorrow. That'll be fun. But not in that sense. Do you see us, Sean? Do you see us fielding 2 goalkeepers on our bench again? Is that just our new thing?
Yeah, we haven't got enough players to field a full 8. We played the last 2 games. We've had 7 subs, and 2 of them have been goalkeepers, and 3 of them have been academy players.
Yeah.
We might have to ring up Newcastle and ask them if they fancy playing 5-a-side so we can last.
Yeah. Sharing a team bus to the stadium because it won't.
That's right.
Save a bit of money. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad for both teams.
Yeah, it's
Coughlin should play himself centre half. No one would get past him.
Hey, I've seen some of the photos. He definitely got stuck in. That's to say the least. But big up Marshall. I believe Marshall, aren't you a Arsenal fan? Says congrats. I don't know. I might be getting my names all mixed up here. Says congrats, Jacob. Deserve the growth on the channel. Take care, lads. Come on, you Spurs. Not an Arsenal fan because you would not say come on, you Spurs. So big up Marshall. Apologies for disrespecting you in such a manner. Big up Footy Judge Mo as well. Big up Mo. I did see your text. You got the link, my friend. You want to come on and say hello as always, man. Another long-time supporter of the channel here. Yeah, he's a good guy. But big up everyone in the comments as well. We'll probably go for about another 30 minutes or so tops, because I do eventually have to go eat dinner at some point.
Tell you what, mate, I'll drop off now, buddy. It's 1 o'clock and I've got to get up early, got to travel to Tottenham and stuff. So lovely to see you all again. Lovely to meet those. I'm not sure I've streamed with you before, but
I'm surprised y'all haven't. Y'all,
I think I might have done. I think
both of y'all some YouTube royalties. So if you haven't, at least you have now.
We have now. Broken the cherry. Love you all, and box office. You tickle me, mate, with that. I'm your guilty pleasure. That was the funniest thing I've heard.
Box office. That's what I'm saying. People get it misconstrued. You know, Flawless, that word misconstrued. People get Alex misconstrued, and they don't recognize the greatness. What I would say the goatness of Alex.
They get you by what you're saying. They get you misconstrued a lot. Isn't that right? Well, that's why people are here.
Oh, it's seldom. Only seldom, Flawless.
Use one of your USPs.
Oh dear.
Sean, thank you so much.
Mate. Massive success. You're going to fly. You're going to keep going, and we'll see you at 4K.
I'll see you at the game, Sean.
I just want to say again, thank you as well, Sean, for everything you've done for the channel. Again, someone I leaned on heavily when I was at a crossroads here with the channel and what I wanted to do. So you put your confidence in me to tell me, go ahead, young man, go in there and get there. Keep going at it. So thank you so much for instilling some more motivation in me.
Everyone that's kind of struggling, it's just consistency. Just got to keep putting it out there. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else comes from there. You know, you improve as a content creator. The more you do it, the more people will see you. It's easy peasy. Just keep doing it. You know, it's like they say,
that, Sean.
For a marathon, it gets easier every day. The hardest part is doing it every day. That's what
very difficult. Always remember that people are tuning in for you.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's your personality, Jacob. That's what drives it.
I'm humbled. I appreciate that. Good night, Sean. 100%. Thank you for joining. And as one leaves, another one joins. Familiar face. I would say familiar in the sense he resides in the same state as myself. You know him. You love him. We've got footy judge Mo in the house. Big up, Mo.
What up, Mo?
How you doing, my friend? Good to see you here.
I said I wanted to congratulate Jacob on live on the stream.
I appreciate that.
Congratulations, man. You deserve it.
Thank you.
To see you fly, man.
Hey,
Absolutely
likewise.
great.
It's great to see your channel doing so successful as well. Love, you have consistent content, but not just once a day, twice a day. So even though it says midday, it is about 6 a.m. my time when you do those midday review shows. But it's always nice to have some breakfast content.
I'm trying to change the name though, because I had someone text me and said, "Hey, by the way, it's 5:30 here in the afternoon for me."
Yeah, usually it's about 6 a.m. for me. I'm like, not really middle of the day, but
get up, man, Mo. You should have told him get up. You know what I'm saying? Start your day early. That's what you should have told him.
I wake up at 6:30 to do these streams over here for me because I'm 6 hours behind the UK.
There we go.
I have to do these streams. It's all right.
Hey, apologies, Marshall. Again, I humbly can only say I'm sorry for the disrespect. There's another Marshall. I think his name's Marshall or something with an M, and he's an Arsenal fan who comes to pay his respects to the channel. So, Marshall, I am so sorry. I just wanted to clarify. I am very, very sorry for that. Big up, Will Stewart. Thank you for the congratulations as well. Good to see you in the house as always. Winter Surfer's here, flawless, as you know. He's taking L's, misconstruing things. He's calling me Jack Charlison. That is disrespect to the highest order. Mo getting some love here in the chat. Everyone's saying hello to Mo. Yes, he does live in the big state. But look, Mo, you just got here. Let me ask you, first of all, thank you so much for congratulating me, and as well as giving me a platform on your channel to speak. And everywhere you've been in YouTube, you've always welcomed me with open arms. Even though I can be a little bit, I would say, extra seasoning sometimes, maybe too much Mostardo on the annoying. Some might say annoying. Some may say cleverly persistent at finding ways to make people smile. That's what I would choose. Some may say annoying.
You're such a way with words, man. You're just showing why you're such a great content creator right now. Like that's what
he's the best. He's the best.
Yeah, I've said it to him already.
Oh my God.
Facts.
He was on El Ahwa like Thursday, and in the same sentence, he was able to rattle people, but at the same time compliment them. To just sat there and like, what
Because
do
that's
we
a skill.
say
Because you know
now?
what it is? It's his delivery. I've said it to him before. It's his delivery. That's what it is. He's got that dry delivery that really, like, when he's saying things to you, it hurts further. Like, that's what it is. Because it's also the added in humor as well. That's also what it is. That's why you get. That's when you're like, I don't know what I said. I'm like, it's just how you said it. It's not necessarily what you're saying. But anyway, Jacob, I got a dip. I did say I was gonna drop in. So congratulations
you
again.
blessed us tonight. Thank you.
On the pre-K, man. Of course,
Thanks,
of course.
man.
Mo. Always good to see you. Big up to everyone.
Make
on
sure
the
you
panel
are
as well.
subscribed to Sarcasm City TV. You'll always catch me over there. Well, not always, but you will catch me over there. And don't worry, I'm even more unfiltered than I am on my own channel. I'll put it that way. I think Flawless brings out the beast
Can
in
I ask
me.
Flawless a question?
Yeah, go on.
Quick question.
Give me. Yeah, go on.
After that Chelsea win last week,
Yeah.
did you think you are in a better place than them in terms of trajectory and going forward? Or do you still think you are?
Two cheeks of the same ass. Like, yeah, that's what it is.
All right.
Like legit. Like that. Even if we're better or they're better. Yeah, like none of us are in a positive. None of us are going in the right direction. There's very little positive surrounding both clubs. You could argue them. You could argue us. But I'd still be annoyed if I was a United fan or a Chelsea fan and look and go, I don't like where we're going type of thing. Either or. Like, so, yeah, like, we'll see.
Still got
But yeah,
Harry Maguire, that's why.
hey, you still got Harry Maguire and the rest of them, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Why even getting into all that?
But the time he played well, he made the mistakes that made them lose the game today, which is as simple as that.
Hey, the fact that he's been one of our better players is part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? That is part of the problem. That's what it is. But hey,
Flawless.
But hey,
First
Jacob,
of all, thank you so much. Let me get your score prediction real quick. Did you give it already? And I just was a
2-1.
horrible host.
No, 2-1. What? Spurs, Newcastle, 2-1.
2-1
Spurs.
Hey, there we go. Talking to me nicely on a Saturday night. Appreciate you, Flawless, as well. You can find his channel in the description of this video as well. Sarcasm City TV, one of my favorite landing places in all of YouTube. And pretty much almost 24/7 got content. 3-4 times a day.
You live every
there's
day.
content.
You live
So
every day, people.
There's Sarcasm City TV Gaming as well. I'll put that in the description. Thank you so much for joining, man. Appreciate everything as well, giving me a platform, and really enjoyed our friendship, Flawless. So thank you so much.
Yeah, man, of course, anytime. That's why you're over here. And everyone who's watching right now, make sure you run up the likes on this video, subscribe, and congratulate Jacob again. I know you lot have already done it, but give him his flowers again. But big up to everyone. I'm off. Like, I literally got to go to this live stream now, but big up and everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big up, bro. Appreciate you. Have a good night. There goes Flawless. Real quick, got a couple of super chats I want to go to, and then Mo got a question for you, and it is from the chat. But first, from Winter Surfer says, "Is the 3K to celebrate?" At the pro clubs, miss.
Retty the pro club.
Retty, I don't know what that means. Surfer,
Did you? Man?
Surfer, you're taking
Surfer
L's in grammar.
Right.
You're taking
It might be
L's
right. It might be right. Rate the pro clubs.
to celebrate. To celebrate, rate the pro clubs missed. I don't know what this is, Surfer, but you're loving on me either way. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. And then Barry and Baxter coming in with an Australian donation. Hey, good morning. Says Jacob's sense of humor. He goes in dry. I love it. You know, I try to keep things as moist as possible, but, you know, sometimes I'm not in control of that. So thank you so much, Barry Baxter, for the generous donation here to the channel. I do appreciate that. Big up Danny in the chat as well. Hey, Danny, if you want to come on and say hi before we do say good night, you're always welcome to, my friend. And big up as well to Fatur. I don't know how to say your name exactly because you said call me Fats, and I feel like that's rude. Fatur. Yeah, I like Fatur better because calling anyone Fats just feels weird to me because, like, I don't want to body shame anybody. Congratulations, Jacob. 4K next. Big up, my friend. Appreciate you. Another person you can find over there on Sarcasm City TV. Mo, we've got a question for you. Yeah. And it's, what are your thoughts on Spurs versus Newcastle tomorrow? And that's actually my question too. So there you go.
I think it's who can bounce back. And if the team that doesn't bounce back need to take a hard look at themselves. And if you want to consider, listen, I asked this to Will on my stream, and I said, I know KUVA, you have a different opinion. I watch you sometimes. If Ange Postecoglou doesn't win tomorrow against Newcastle, if Spurs want to consider themselves a big team, they need to ask questions. I'm not saying to sack the guy, but questions need to be asked. Because at the end, and this is very harsh, what's the difference between Spurs What's the difference between Ange Postecoglou and Vincent Kompany? So Vincent Kompany played very attractive football with championship players. Ange Postecoglou played very attractive football, though I rated in the first half of in the first 10 games, and I said at that time, Spurs, if they keep the starting 11, nobody can tell me that they will drop. They didn't, unfortunately, for whatever reasons. But long story short, at the end, it's a win. If you want to consider yourself a big team, you have to win games. If you want to consider yourself at a top 6 table, you have to win games. And if Ange Postecoglou doesn't win tomorrow, that means 6 games, losing 4 or 5 and drawing 1. Yeah, that one was against Man City at the Etihad. Yeah, fair enough. But at the end, you'll have to look at yourself and say, why didn't I win? Why we're not winning games? And I have to look at the coach because he's the main thing. Injuries, not injuries, that's not the point because you got some of the players back. So for me tomorrow, I think the game's going to end up with a draw. That's what I think. Both teams are not in a great place. People are discovering where to hurt Spurs, pressing the right players. Spurs leave spaces sometimes. They have one way of playing football. And Newcastle, they tend to bounce back after a defeat. So they got defeated last week, and I think they will bounce back. But I think at home, Spurs will have a bigger chance. But I still think if I want to put my money, I don't bet, but if I want to put my money,
it is a draw.
I'll put it on a draw. 2-2. I said both teams will score. So yeah.
I'll take it.
Mo's just proved my point, by the way. Mo's just proved my point straight away, just by what he's just said right there. He's just proven my point just there. He said, "Oh, we've only got one way of playing, right?" And he's obviously not listening to Postecoglou from the very, very start, right? And I don't even like Postecoglou, like I said before. Right?
I like him.
I've said already, right? He's stuck by his gums. He said he's not going to change his system, right? He's not going to change his system. He's not going to do it. If he wanted to change his system, don't employ me. Don't employ me. He said
it's
twice.
not about changing the system.
Said, but you said it. You said. But the thing is, though, the thing that he said is that he needs to adapt his system, adapt his system and philosophy. And you're saying what you're saying now is just proving my point straight away. Don't understand what you're talking. You don't understand what he's all about, and that's it. And the thing is, though, you don't question Pep Guardiola, don't you? You don't question Pep Guardiola's system, don't you? Because he's successful. What was his first season like? You don't question Klopp, don't you? Yeah, and you certainly don't question Arteta. And that's the example that I said when Kaz was saying I was talking absolute rubbish when I wasn't talking absolute rubbish because KUVA understands what I'm talking about and Paul definitely understands what I'm talking about. So they love Postecoglou. Yeah,
I like Postecoglou.
So the point I'm making is is that the only way this is going to work, right, is the board backing Ange when he's going for a bad run, when the fans are saying they want him out and say no, they stick by what the plan is, right? And that's it. And that is what's happened at Arsenal. And look what Arsenal are doing right now. And if people don't understand that in the chat, I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? KUVA, am I speaking sense? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean. This has been a
I've said it how many times now? I'm getting fed up with it now. I'm done with it now. I'm sorry. If you can't understand it, I don't know what else to say to you. I'm sorry. I'm done. Sorry, Mo, but back to you.
I get what you're saying, Alex. I get what you're saying.
No, my point is simple. Listen, it's levels to the football, right? Pep Guardiola has one system that works against 95% of the teams. He does that. Pep Guardiola had to adapt a little bit. Last season, in the Champions League before, Pep Guardiola played one system of football, and when Bayern Munich was his team, he lost to Real Madrid 4. And when Man City, he was 1-0 in the Bernabeu, and he didn't change the way he played, and he lost at the end. My point is, it's levels. Pep Guardiola has players that know how to adapt to play a system, and that system works against 95% to 97% of the team. But when he goes to the Champions League, he kind of lost it sometimes. Like he conceded 5 goals against Monaco, if I'm not mistaken. It was 4 goals against Monaco. Until last year, he realized that I need to change the way I play. Against Real Madrid, When he went 1-0 down at the Bernabeu, he gave the ball. He said, like, you have the ball. I'm going to play in the counter-attacks. And he drew 1-1. And that gave him the upper hand going to the Etihad. When he played against Inter, because we had Onana in the goal, he said, I'm not pressing the goalkeeper. Normally, Man City go and press the goalkeeper. He didn't. So even Pep Guardiola knew how to adapt against some teams. I'm not saying that Postecoglou should adapt against a Burnley or a Sheffield United or a Brentford. But you should be able, when you're 1-0 up and you know that you're conceding chances because you have spaces behind and because you don't have the fastest defender in the league in Van de Ven, we need to drop the line a little bit. We need to have a little bit of compact midfield, a little bit more. That's what I'm talking about. He needs to learn that I don't have Kevin De Bruyne and I don't have Foden and I don't have Rodri. I don't have my main players. I need to adapt a little bit. Saying that I don't change, I think it's just kind of idiotic.
Can I rebuttal that though with saying he's from what I see anyway, Ange's more thinking of the attacking side of play and trying to get in front in games rather than the defense side. So more like outscoring the opposition rather than conceding goals. So we're in a predicament now where we've got our best defenders out. Well, it was Romero and Van de Ven out for a considerable amount of time, and we've had to go more gung ho than being more defensive. So I can understand why he's kept to his philosophy and not changed it in game, because I think he's tried to outscore the opposition rather than think about the defensive side. I don't know what anyone else thinks
not
about
winning.
but
Here is the difference between you and Liverpool. I'm sorry, just one sentence. Liverpool are doing that, but they're winning games. But you aren't.
Yeah, but how long has Klopp been there for? How long has Klopp been there
My
for?
point is, hold on, but that's not the point. You consider yourself a big team. You consider yourself
I
a
don't
big
consider us a big team.
Exactly. If you don't, this scrape the whole conversation. If you consider yourself sitting at the big boys table, right, you should be winning games. If you're going to outscore the oppositions, you cannot be sitting at the big boys table, and we're talking about 5 games now. You lost 4. Would you have gone ahead in the 5 games? You shouldn't be unless you're you accept yourself as, yes, we're looking to be a top 4 or a mid-table team, or we're okay with performing well but not getting results.
But he's got the hands. He's got the hands.
You're speaking to Tottenham fans that say since the first 10 games, everyone was going over the top, right? I was not going over the top. I said
to go over the top.
Mo. Obviously, you haven't listened to Mr. Box Office. My point is, from June, I said, right, I don't care where we finish as long as we don't get relegated, because we had the most embarrassing season last season. Yeah, right. That doesn't turn around in a season. Right, if it turns around in a season, this league is bang average. And I did say it's bang average because I said we've got a chance of winning the league. Because why are we top of the table when we should be nowhere near? Yeah, we should be nowhere near this league, right? Right. And the thing is, though, yeah, I said I'm still sticking by what I said. He still needs more time, right?
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying.
Nobody doubted that.
Yeah, no, it's all about patience. It's all about patience.
Yeah, but
that's all it's about.
Is Tottenham fans, it's worked for any manager straight away when they see something a little bit positive. That's the thing. But I know my team. Yeah, I've known this team ever since Jerry Francis. Yeah, I've not seen success. I've only seen 2 Carabao Cups. So I know how this team is. Yeah, so I'm sorry.
You don't know this team because it's a totally different team.
Oh, no. Sorry, Ellie.
We've got a new goalkeeper.
Ellie. I'm sorry, Ellie.
Two midfielders.
But Ellie. Sorry, but Ellie.
It's a different team.
No, but Ellie. Sorry, Ellie.
You know your club.
No, but Ellie.
That's
sorry,
what you mean. You don't
Ellie.
You know your team.
No, sorry, Ellie. Ellie, I'm sorry. That is not correct, right? I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you.
Different.
No, it's not totally different.
Yes,
It's not totally different. It's not totally different.
New players.
No, it's not totally different, Ellie. I'm sorry. I don't agree.
Well,
My point is,
count how many new players we've got in the team.
yeah, but Ellie, I'm not. I don't agree with that. My point is, right, is that This team still needs a lot of surgery at the moment.
Playing, Sarr wasn't playing. They're new players to the team.
But Ellie, it's about a squad game.
Van der Ven,
Alex,
it's a squad game.
Isn't it, Alex? Isn't it about just not being? Alex? Isn't it about not being reactionary as a fan base and being, getting on the team's back and on the manager's back after a run of results that have been bad? Granted, we have played well in them games, but we haven't been clinical. It's not as bad as what fans make out.
I think people are not understanding me.
Let me finish. All I'm saying is that patience is key with this team and this manager, right? Ange will get this right? If the owners back this manager, he will get this right.
This is exactly why.
There's only a few ingredients that we need in this team, right? And there's a couple of transfer windows to get this right.
Okay, firstly, we're not going to agree on this. It's clear we're not going to agree on this, so we're going to leave it at there because you're not listening to me. That's the problem. Because KUVA understands what I'm talking about because we've spoken about this how many times and he gets it. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I just went back to him. Because the thing is, though, right?
Thank you, Danny D, for the super chat, by the way.
I'm not reactionary. I'm not being reactionary, right? I'm saying that I've stuck in by what I say from what I said in June, right? It's not changed. Yeah, since everything that's happened this year, I've still not changed. It will not change until this board back him when he goes for a bad run and then the fans are going against him. Right? And that's the only way forward for Tottenham Hotspur. And like I said before, the play
make a judgment. Alex, make a judgment then. Make a judgment then. When we've had a couple of transfer windows that he can sort this out, make a judgment then instead of making a judgment straight away.
You're not listening again. You know what I mean? You're not listening. You're not listening again. Sorry, that's the thing. I don't know what else to say.
You're saying it's the ball. You're saying the manager said, "This is the way I play. If you don't like it, don't hire me." Right? And you're saying that the ball, if they stick by the manager,
I get what he's saying.
then they have to have a conviction that they believe in his football. That's what you're saying, aren't you? Yeah.
Speaking of things I believe in, I am wrapping up the show very shortly, but before we do that, who would we be if we didn't say hello to the Caped Crusader, C Cubed?
Oh.
Pick up C Cubed.
Hi, everyone.
Another United Spurs of America Mount Rushmore.
We're always arguing, CQ.
Well, I didn't come on to talk about Spurs. I know I entered into a heated debate. I actually just came on to say congratulations to Jacob. 3K feels like just yesterday. It was
We were doing 3. I think you were on that 300 show when I shared the little Gerard Butler anecdote, which I'll share it now that we're on 3,000. It's just an exponential greater than 300. Cubed, do you remember that Gerard Butler story from 300 subs?
No, I don't.
So my wife has a friend that she grew up with whom met Mr. Gerard Butler in a bar in downtown LA or Austin. I think it was Austin. He was at a bar in Austin just by himself. And he sees a lovely young college woman walk in. And next thing you know, she has a photo of them two the morning after. So it's quite a very lovely photo. And
I remember now. Now I remember.
He is as much of a lover as you would consider. Apparently, he's very highly rated on Yelp.
Yes.
So that was a little fun anecdote that one of my wife's friends slept with Gerard Butler. And I did that because obviously the movie 300. So aside from that, Cubed, what's going on? How you doing?
Happy to see that Arsenal lost today.
Yes.
You're happy for what?
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that a lot of fun? Look, I want to do quick fire around the panel. My son is awake. My wife needs to make dinner. We've gone over for 2 hours now, so there's still over 250 of y'all here. Please do hit that like if you haven't already. I think we're like 25 away from 200. It'd be absolutely cool to hit 200 on a celebration stream. But again, all these things wouldn't be possible without everybody in the chat. I apologize. I have not been able to get to everybody's chat, but obviously, I do want to just say thank you to everyone who has been here. Disintegration says congrats on 3K. Big up Disintegration. Look, I'm just gonna do around the fucking horn. And I'll start with Colin because the after party to this show, we're redirecting over to Colin with Talking Ball. He's got a great channel over there. They bring you daily content as well. He does previews, reviews, score predictions, game shows, etc. You can find it all at Talking Ball. We'll redirect after this. He's also, the channel's in the description of this video, so you can. It would mean a lot to me if his subscribers went up by 252. That's how many people are here right now. So if you get his subs up by 250, I'll absolutely be indebted to you. So Colin, let me start with your score predictions and your goal scores as per customary here on United Spurs of America. I need your Tottenham goal scores at minimum. So start with you.
Yeah, of course. So let's go 3-1 Spurs. And as goal scorers, I want to say that we'll have Gio Lo Celso get back on the score sheet, Sonny, and let's say actually Sonny with 2, Lo Celso with 1, and then I don't know about Newcastle. I'm not sure. We'll concede a fluky goal. It could be anybody from Newcastle.
But you got us winning.
Oh yeah, definitely got us winning. 100%.
All right, big up Colin. He'll be live as soon as we end, so we'll redirect right over there. You have to click nothing. You can find Colin. Big up everybody. Big up Colin. Have a great rest of your night, my friend.
Thanks, dude. Hey, congrats. Thanks again for having me, bro.
Hey, one of those Mount Rushmore, like I said. You've been here since the prepubescent stages of this channel, so thank you so much for being here tonight as well.
Big love, brother.
We'll just keep going around the horn. Cubed, by way of default, I moved you over to because I didn't want to cover Colin's face with as much comment as possible. But I know you said you're not here to talk Spurs. Newcastle tomorrow. What are you saying?
I'll say 1-1. So hopefully we lose.
Okay, 1-1. I'll take it.
But I know that they're in a bad spot right now themselves. So I have no idea, to be totally honest. This game is going to be a difficult one to predict. But either way, again, congratulations, Jacob. As you have mentioned already, been here since the infantry of the time that you guys were starting. And congratulations, Mike, even though you've abandoned us for baseball.
Yeah, he left us for baseball.
I know, out there. And yeah, that's all.
I appreciate you being here, Cubed. Again, part of that Mount Rushmore. Mo, you did say 2-2 already, so thank you for your score predictions. Is there anything you want to add, any final thoughts, or anything that we should be looking for specifically from a Tottenham Hotspur perspective?
Yeah, Romero's going to get another red.
Okay, now this is waffling here. We don't do that here on United Spurs of America, especially about Romero, because what happens is it's a
Don't get upset. Don't get upset. You asked me for my opinion, then you get upset because I said an opinion.
I'm not upset.
You're upset. You're rattled. You're upset because I said my opinion. But you do want us to be upset when you come on our channels and you say your opinion.
Oh, you're giving me a little taste of my own medicine here, Bo. Okay.
Fair. It's fair. It's fair.
It's fair.
Oh, there goes Alex. Thank you, Alex, for joining.
You might need to get the maracas out again, Jacob.
For TJ Maracas TV, absolutely. This is how. Look, Mo. Oops, I didn't mean to click that.
That Romero.
Oh, is it? Whoops, I didn't mean to click that or that. Mo, I just want to direct your attention to one other thing. How can you say he's this violent man? Look at this. Look at this. Is just sweet. This is a sweet photo. He goes on vacation. He works on himself. He works on his family. He's a father. Just such a great man.
Beautiful.
Well, Jack Grealish is the nicest guy off the pitch, but he is an asshole on the pitch. One of the most punchable guys on the pitch, Jack Grealish, but he's the nicest guy off the pitch.
He's
It
a very nice
happens
guy
all
off
the
the
time.
pitch. That is true. Yeah. Big up Adrian Chia.
Ronaldo's the same off the pitch. Ronaldo is very, very nice on the pitch. Is an asshole. So it can happen. I've seen it many times.
I like that you compared Romero to Ronaldo. I will take that as a positive. Put that one in my back pocket, and I will save it for later. Adrian Chia, thank you so much. Apologies, you did super chat last night on the FIFA stream right as I ended. So I want to say thank you for last night. You were super chatting, blessing the stream, because obviously those don't get ad revenue because of the nature of the things we say throughout the programming of playing video games. It's not very great language for children or advertisers. So thank you, Chia, for helping make a little dough there last night. And thank you again for this super chat tonight. It says, congratulations on 3K, Mr. Moist. Many more to come. Appreciate that, Adrian. I do appreciate your constant support of the channel. You've been here for a long time as well. Phil, let me go to you.
Yeah.
Score predictions, goal scorers, my friend.
I'm confident with the first half, not so confident with the second half. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw, and I'm going to go with a Sonny double. But I obviously hoping for a win to get back on track. But I understand the whole situation with the squad and how we are as a club at the minute. So I'm willing to give it time. I'm patient. So I think Spurs fans need to think of the bigger picture, and this is going to be a long road. But yeah, hopefully positive result tomorrow.
Love that. I hope it is positive. I think a point is positive, but I want the win personally. Now, I know I did switch up the order, but KUVA, you were next in line. Don't worry, you're getting your ice cream too. And I've just, again, thank you so much for being here, always being a big, just a good person first and foremost, and secondly for being here on the channel with me on such a frequent basis, helping me when we drop bad points to Wolves, when we drop bad points to Villa. You're still here supporting me, so I appreciate that. What's your score predictions, my friend?
Judging the way both squads are really struggling at the moment, and the fact we've created a lot of chances but we haven't been putting them away, that's got to change for me at some point. So why not tomorrow? And I think Newcastle are looking quite vulnerable too, but there's still a threat going forward. So I'm going to go for a 4-3 Spurs win. I just think it's just going to be another mad game. Really fun to watch. I think as I said earlier in the show, for a neutral, Spurs are a great watch because whether we win or lose, there's goals, there's entertainment.
It's open. It is open.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a 4-3. Have a bit of a smile on our faces at the end of the day. There is something I wanted to just quickly say, Jacob, if it's okay.
Absolutely.
And that was, I just wanted to touch on, what happened between SAVVA and I the other night on your show. Just letting everybody know, I had a really good heart-to-heart with SAVVA today. Everything's fine. At the end of the day, you talk to each other, you work over any problems. It's all good. I don't want to see anybody sort of, having a pop at people over it.
Yeah.
And, bad vibes. What it is on this show, at the end of the day, we know no matter who you support, no matter what your views are, it's good vibes on this show. I think that was just an anomaly. I'll put it that way.
I'll put it this way as well, KUVA. I mentioned it last night, and I love the fact that it's come to fruition because you know how much Jacob loves to be like, I told you so. There's been 2 times on this channel that there's been a little bit of a dust up. And now, 2 out of 2 times, we've successfully had a bridge in communication. And I think that, sometimes you got to go through a little bit of mud to just get to the other side. While we're on the topic, I was going to save this for the end of the show, but I did want to extend my personal support, love, and admiration for SAVVA. I think he's a great human being, first and foremost. I know I did turn the comments off on the video yesterday or the other day, whenever it was. I can't even remember now. It was just getting superfluous at a certain moment where I felt like it's a bit redundant. I think the people are allowed to say how they're allowed to feel, but at the same time, Sav is a human being, and I don't want him, looking through just not lovely stuff. Because I'm a guy who supports spreading love and positivity, and it just wasn't that. And that's not the mood of the channel. That's not why I'm here. Again, like I said, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So let's just make it good. Let's make it beautiful.
Savva's gone and made apologies to some people. He's upset, trying to put everything straight.
Yeah.
I've got to respect that. Respect him.
Privately and publicly, SAVVA has apologized to me, man to man, one-on-one, and publicly for the whole world to hear his apology to me. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't hold grudges like that. I see people for who they are, and I know SAVVA's a good person. He's just having a tough time. And so when people have tough times, it's good for them to know that there's people in their corner. So I publicly am just letting everyone know that I'm in SAVVA's corner. I can't wait for him to come back in the new year, refreshed, revitalized, and hopefully happy and healthy. That's the main important thing. Next thing is YouTube. So let's get SAVVA happy and healthy. Again, it doesn't cost anything to be a good human being. So let's just do that. That's what I want to say about that. I was going to save that for the end of the show, but KUVA, you know, hey, you want to say it? I got to say my piece as well, and just publicly so everyone knows. Look, I know everyone's got their opinions on SAVVA and how his delivery is and how you feel about him. I would never, just like with Tottenham Hotspur, I would never tell you how to feel, how to support, or how to view things. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about them. And so when it comes to SAVVA, Football Heritage TV, Perchy, we are friends. They are humans first and foremost, and I see them as such. So again, it doesn't hurt to spread a little love, even when things don't necessarily look as great as you want them to be. But thank you, KUVA, for saying that. It was something I did want to touch on for me personally. So now that we both got to say it, there you go. The whole world just heard it. Well, at least 256 people did. And big shout out to those of you still hanging with us. Make sure you are hitting that like, because Queen Ellie, I didn't want to say I saved the best for last, but I saved the one person who has played for Tottenham Hotspur. I saved you for last. So Ellie, what is your score predictions?
It's a hard one to call because they're a good side as well, and they've had their injuries. We've had our injuries, so I think it's going to be balanced out. But I think because we're hurting a little bit more, and we've gone through 5 matches where we haven't won, I think it's about time we had a bit of break of luck, because against that West Ham team, we were dominating, and we should have really won the match. And 2 freak accidents at the back, and we lost the game. So I think the luck's got to break our way eventually. So I think I'm going to go for a 3-2 win, right? Because I think it's going to be a high scorer like KUVA. Not quite as high as KUVA's 4-3, but the 3-2 does me. And I think it's going to be Kulu going to score, because he's going to be hurting from that dreadful match he played against West Ham. He has to put in a really good performance. So I think he's going to be trying his hardest. And I think Sonny will score, and the other one will go to Brennan Johnson, because I think he'll be hurting as well, because he done some shocking shots against West Ham. They're really powder puff. So I think he will get on the score sheet as well. And, you know, he's a young lad. He's only 22. He's learning the game still. So we've got to give him a little bit of a break. And he's playing in a new system that he's never played before. So he has to adapt to that as well. So 3-2, I think that's a pretty decent score. And we'll have 3 points, and we'll only be 6 points behind the scum.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I love it, Ellie, the Queen of North London herself. Look, I do want to say just real quick, I did keep a list. Well, I didn't keep a list. I just added their names all to the description of this video here. So I just want to say thank you real quick to Paul from Hotspur Hippie for joining in, Ben with the coffee company, Mia with Spurs Between the Lines, Staffy from Staffy TV, the absolute fraud, big up him, Dermot from THFC Till I Die. We had Sean from Spurs Talk Show, Leo from Mile High Hotspur, KUVA from 3 Spurs Boys, and I will say in spirit, Bobby K from 3 Spurs Boys as well. Talking Ball Call, he's still here. He's got a show after this that we are redirecting to, so make sure you don't go anywhere. We also had Alex, THFC. Now, I don't know if we got a score prediction out of him. Did we? And I just missed it? He ran before I could get that, did he?
He didn't give one.
He didn't give one. That's okay.
Big up to Alex. Big up to Alex, though, man.
Mr. Box Office TV. Love him. There's things in this world you have to like appreciate, and I think he's one of them. I love me some Alex. And then
we argue, but he's my friend.
I have to go Jacob.
I'm going to beat him
sorry.
tomorrow anyway.
No worries. No worries. Judge Mo, Footy Judge Mo is the channel. You can
Thank you
find
so
him there.
much.
Big up. Thank you for joining. And thank you as well
Appreciate
for
you
being a
guys.
friend. And I'm sure
Thank you so much,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
I
You'll
will
get
see you
cooked
tomorrow. Win,
after
lose, or
you
draw.
don't
I ain't
win.
getting cooked. We getting that dub, Mo. We getting that dub, and I'll see you on El Echwa, inshallah.
We'll
So,
see. We'll see.
big up,
Yeah.
my friend.
See you, bro. Thank
Take
you,
care.
guys. Nice to meet you
See
all.
ya.
And
See
Judge
ya.
Mo, his channel
See ya.
is in the description as well, just below Sarcasm City TV Gaming. But he's back. Alex, you back for the score predictions, my friend?
Yay, come
Yeah,
on.
sorry. Internet issues, by the way. By the way, Queen Ellie. Even if we disagree, yeah, you know we're
Yes.
gonna disagree, yeah.
Of course we
You know,
do
there's all
sometimes.
love. You know it's all love, yeah. And
Cool.
Phil, you know it's all love as well, yeah. You know
Yeah,
it's all
man.
love,
No,
yeah.
yeah, big up
You know what I
Alex,
mean?
man.
You
Big
know
up,
what I'm
man.
like, so that's
We
it.
all love,
You know what I mean?
we all love Spurs, don't we?
We all love
Do you know what
Spurs,
I
but
mean?
the thing is,
So
though, you know I'm not going to change my opinion. You know what I'm going to feel. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know what I said
no,
in June,
Stand
so
by
that's
your
what I'm saying.
conviction.
Yeah, I mean, big
it's
up
all good,
Jacob,
man.
by the way. Yeah, big up Jacob. Yeah, not having a, you know, I hopefully I didn't. Well, listen, I ain't gonna apologize for Mr. Box Office,
There
yeah,
you
because
go.
when Kaz comes at you, and I was ignoring it, you saw me ignoring it, and I was like, you know what? If he wants Mr. Box Office, you got Mr. Box Office. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. So unfortunately, that's what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna apologize for Mr. Box Office. You know what I mean? I didn't offend anybody because you know what I'm like. So, but yeah, on the score today, tomorrow, yeah, 1-1. 1-1. We're not gonna win.
1-1. Hey,
Yeah,
you know, a point's better than kind of where I initially thought it might be. Big up Harry says Spurs family and Tony Bones, THFC. Big up, guys. Big up Tony Bones. Interesting stream that I did have to delete this morning because I listened back to it. Big up Tony Bones. You were part of a very select few that was privy to the stream last night that has been since erased from the face of the internet. But pick up Tony Bones, YouTube chat member as well. Look, I'm going to end the show with my score prediction. And you know what? Y'all kind of covered a lot of bases here. So I'm just going to say, you know what? It ain't going to be as close as Queen Ellie says. It ain't going to be as close as KUVA says with this 1-goal win. I'm saying we're going to win, and we're going to win by 2 goals. And it's either going to be 3-1 or 4-2. Talk to me nicely. Tottenham Hotspur coming out to play. And I can't wait to see what Ainge Postecoglou has cooked up for me. Because, Phil, I also like that point you said. Look, we got to always look at the bigger picture. And I think when I go on these rival channels, they're always like, why aren't you more upset with Ainge? Winless in 5. How can you accept this? And I say, just because you don't see the vision don't mean that there ain't one there. And that's how I feel about it. Like, I ain't got to convince you. I ain't got to convince. No, I'm convinced. They convinced me. That was what they did. And it ain't my job to convince you. But, hey, the sooner you start enjoying the ride at the end of when we get to the destination, it will be all that much sweeter. So big up. And big up Drula as well. I don't know if I personally said big up to Drula, my adopted niece, but Ellie's actual niece says big up, guys. Congrats once again, Jacob, to the 3K. Only way is up. Keep being you. I do appreciate that. Got some real quick score predictions. 3-1 for Drula. Toxic 3-0. El Tel Cocarrel says 4-0. Love that.
Oh, no.
Patty Hartnett with the 3-1. Big up Patty Hartnett, my good friend as well. Yes, thank you, Tony Bones. Keep the secret. Hold it close. Big up. Edward Wyvoz. Scott M as well, a longtime supporter of the channel. I know the bane of much of the chat at times, but he is a big supporter of the channel, so big up Scott M every single time. My northern neighbor says 2-2 draw because of the injuries Newcastle has. We get lucky to play them now. Love that. And big up Chelsea 101. I know, hey, I see you showing love to me everywhere I go, so appreciate that. Even though you're a Chelsea fan, you're showing love to me. That's big time. Says 10K soon. Hey, by the grace of God, we might get that. But big up. Fred's got 4-1. Danny D 1-0. Penalty Vicario. Interesting there. Take Danny D. Again, thank you, Danny, for that super chat. I didn't want to interrupt the flow of things. Tony Bones got a 4-1. But real quick, before I say goodbye, I would be remiss if I didn't personally say thank you to all the folks who did go ahead and fork over some of your hard-earned money for the channel. It does mean a lot. So big up Spurs GCTV with the member chat, Shakar, Cal L Agent with the membership chat, Ozan with the super chat, Winter Surfer, a.k.a. Winter Mudrick, hitting us with the super chat, Chris Peters, member and super chatter, Mick Dundee from Down Under, Mile High Hotspur, who did join us, David, thank you so much for the orange super chat. Orange is big time now. Yellow from Patty Hartnett, big up my Irish brother. Kate came in with the super chat as well. Big up Kate, big up Bobby K. Tay. Big up THFC Till I Die. And Mia with Spurs Between the Lines. Her channel's in the description. Wayne Bonner, THFC Till I Die, as well as is in the description. And Jerome with another beautiful orange super chat. Big up, Jerome. Good to see you here. I think it's the same Jerome from the Football Terrace, I think, anyway. Mick Dundee with 2 super chats. Spooby with his first super chat ever. Mike Doss supporting the channel as well. B-Tech, Tom Selleck, big up. Howie supporting the channel as well. Big up, Howie, always here supporting the channel. J. Co, same thing with you. Mount Rushmore, I see you. Winter Surfer with 2 super chats. Barry and Baxter, I believe this was the second one, but big up. And Danny D as well. Why was the fraud teabag hiding after good evening? I will say this much. He knew what was coming. He knew what was waiting, but I think he's hanging out with his wife, so I can't be too mad at him. He is a fraud, and we knew this. Adrian Chia, big up every single time for last night and for tonight with the double super chats. We got Spurs 4-1, and Sonny as the FPL captain this week. He's my vice captain this week. I got Sonny on the score sheet. My goal scorer, I already said it, but my goal scorer is going to be Son. I think either Basuma or Udogi. They both look like one of them want to score. I think it's going to be Udogi. I think Udogi gets on the score sheet. I see one of the wingers. If it's Kulu playing on the wing, he could probably get one. Come on, let's eat. Let's feast. Let's be positive as well, because no matter what the result is.
Poro and Udogi.
Poro is due. Poro is due.
Yeah.
Yeah, Poro is definitely due.
Yeah.
I like that.
But Basuma, nah.
Big up Toxic Headshot.
He scored 3 goals in his whole career.
We do miss us some Mr. Bentancur. Toxic Headshot, big up. Hey, a lot of people found the channel because of the Bentancur and the way that I said it. But hey,
that's true. Yeah, if there's one thing you take away from this channel, it's Jacob saying Bentancur. I can't even do it.
Bentancur.
When Jacob does that, you're literally turning a football player into a sexual object. And I'm all for it.
And he is a good-looking man as well.
Yeah, hey, Bentancur is not a bad-looking gentleman at all. But just like Bentancur, every single one of you in the chat are absolutely vital, just like Rodrigo Bentancur is too, Tottenham Hotspur. So please do, if you haven't already, make sure you hit a like on the channel. Last time I checked, 25 away from 200. We're now 4 likes away from 200. So if 4 people haven't hit a like, make sure you do. If you're watching on playback, you're a goat, so big up yourself right now. And again, I will be sending you on over on a redirect to Talking Ball with Call right after this. He is going live, so make sure you stick around for that. But as always, folks, again, fucking thank you so much to everyone who joined the show. To everyone who was unable to make the show, I'm thinking like Dave Irish Hotspur comes to mind. Another person absolutely critical to this channel's success. So, look, just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, means a lot to me that outside of all this, I feel like I've made some really good connections. And whenever I'm in different countries, I actually have some couches that will probably let me sleep on them. So I do appreciate every single one of you who has reached out in the chat, privately, etc. I do appreciate everything. I always let the love outweigh the hate, and that's why there ain't many haters here. There's only 1 to 3 people who hit a dislike. And you know what? I don't even see them fuckers because all the beautiful bastards out here like you. So thank you so much again for all the support on United Spurs of America. We will be back tomorrow at some point for a post-match review. So stay tuned. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Like and subscribe, all that fun business. Every single person you saw on the show tonight, you can find their channel in the description of this video. I encourage you highly to go like and subscribe. But until the next time I see you, make sure you go over to Talking Ball, hit a like and subscribe, and tell them United Spurs of America sent you. As always, folks, stay blessed, stay fresh up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Quiz.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.